Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Everyday with Jay. We are really breaking in this channel over here. I want to thank you guys for your support, for coming over here and listening to my rants over here. You know, we try to keep the factual stuff over on the main channel, and then we dig. And over here, we call out the creepers on the YouTube streets. Good afternoon. It is wonderful to see everybody today. This one was a goodie, so I figured we could go live and go over it. Simplify. Thank you for replaying last night. Last night we exposed Team Seff. Lawsuits, etc. I like it here too. I feel really cozy here. Let me know if you guys feel cozy over here. I feel like it's a cozy little place to discuss. Oh yeah, I think she's going to do jail time. I do. In my opinion, I think that the judge is not going to be lenient on her at all. It is cozy. It does have a different vibe. I agree. Cozy. Cozy fun, hanging with friends. It's the clubhouse. Yep, the Cooter Clubhouse. Is my audio okay today? I'm not buzzing or anything. I mean, you know, not a Seff and Andra buzz, of course. But I was buzzing the other day. I want to make sure I'm not buzzing. These nuts. All good? Emily Lodge, I just found your other channel. Still trying to get caught up on all this. If you have any questions, I'm sure the chat would love to fill you in. Wicked Sweet, I appreciate all of your recent work, Jay. Well done on your behalf. Thank you. No buzzing. Aw, Ember. Yeah, make sure that you guys do replay that. Hello, Bayou. Good to see you. Electro, thank you for being a member. Julie R., same to you. Sarah, thank you for your PayPal today. May the Force be with you. That's tomorrow, right? May the 4th be with you. Purple Haze says toxic but entertaining. I mean, who can look away now? Who can look away now? Because the buzz is a dispensary. Because if we look away now, I mean, now is when she's going to get her just desserts. We went over her extensive violent criminal history last night. It is very eye-opening. And it makes all of these ROs make sense. Beddy had several people already have ROs against her, according to court documents. Good morning, everyone. Betty Kruger. I think there's a name on YouTube. Betty Kruger. Woo. Someone needs to talk to her ex-husband. I don't know about that. He's a victim. You know what I mean? Like, we know he's a victim. I don't think we should do that. I don't think we need to talk to her ex-husband. I think that all we know is enough, right? Hey, JP. Hey, Scott H. Imagine Seth is guilty. How would Betty feel? I don't think she cares. Oh, there's Betty Kruger. I don't think she cares. She doesn't care about this case. She doesn't care. If it was any case that was getting attention that she could butt into, she'd do it. Really outstanding. She doesn't care about these kids. She doesn't care about these cases. She cares about herself and making herself known. And clearly, she's made it clear.
Just help a brother out here.
That she doesn't even care about Seth. Seth must be cleared before Sebastian is brought home. Hate your crime, Karens. Crimson, you were getting some ice cream. It's 12:30 a.m. Wow. It's 12:30 p.m. We're 12 hours apart. I feel bad because she took advantage of him. Remember, his IQ is 42. Yeah, he couldn't write. He couldn't even write an affidavit. What does that even mean? He must be cleared first? Who knows? Every day, her thumbnails have said, clear Seth, clear Seth. Hey, Melissa B. All right, so let's start. This one's only an hour, and I sped it up a little. We're going to watch this from the beginning. And we'll be stopping periodically, of course. But here we go. This is this morning. It says, clear Seth Rogers, PR nightmare, which is her and Tony. You two are the PR nightmares in this whole case.
Hey guys, I'll wait for.
Hey guys, I can't even. Her voice is like, it literally scratches my brain down to my brain stems.
For a few people to get in. Bullhorn Betty, it's nice to see you. I hope everybody had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. I was working on court papers, as you guys can imagine. And I figured we would have a topic of discussion. Obviously, the drumbeat of this channel at this point is to clear Seth Rogers. This is a man that has been seen on videotape, does not have the resources to hire somebody, does not live in the area.
Doesn't have the resources to hire somebody. Cheryl B, happy Tuesday to you. Cheryl, are you the one that sent me the Venmo? If so, thank you so much. I did reply if it was you. I don't know which, we've got several Cheryls, so if it wasn't, I apologize. But thank you so much, Cheryl. It wasn't you. It was a different Cheryl. I'm sorry, Cheryl.
Does not know very many people, lives a humdrum homebody life outside of work until his son comes to visit. And then when his son comes to visit, he does things, outgoing things with his child, which is kind of different than where his child lives, according to everything that we've uncovered and discovered. So right now we're talking about the PR nightmare in Sumner County. That is the PR nightmare in Sumner County. So we're talking about Sebastian Rogers, 15-year-old boy, disappeared from inside a locked home. There's no evidence, according to law enforcement, that this child walked out the door. No evidence whatsoever. No scent whatsoever. I've said and maintained from the very beginning of this case that sometimes, and actually I didn't even say sometimes, usually the lack of evidence is evidence, because to me, it implies cleanup. It's nice to see you all this morning, ridiculously early. Kelly, Vita, Crazy Times, Patricia, Claire, Metal, Michelle, it's nice to see you. Phil, Tony, Donna, Brenda, good morning. Good morning. Have a cup of coffee with me. Sit down. We're going to have a topic of conversation. Since this case has gone on, it seemed like everybody had good understanding of what the basic facts were. Paula, Linda, it's nice to see you. I'm looking for the clip of Megyn Kelly's video. I think I posted it in my community tab yesterday.
Okay, that's the thing we went over last night as well. We kind of touched on this Megan Fox person. It's not the actress. It's a lady that started out on YouTube playing the guitar, singing, and then she went on to raise hell for years at some public library about books. I mean, years. The cops were called on her and some guy because yes, the lady at the library. They were interfering with like community meetings. She's just like Betty. Go back and watch last night's live. It was an expose that cannot be missed. Does anybody have the link to membership for iPhone? It's in Discord. Potato, put it in Discord if that's what you're looking for. Well, then she started to go over to LawTube. I mean, this chick, you got to go back and look at the early videos. People think she's a lawyer. People think that she says she's an author. She's written a couple books. No, it wasn't trans books. It was like really It was like Karen stuff. Then there was another video she had on YouTube where she was wearing a MAGA hat, and she went through the line at the store, and the cashier made a comment before she even got up to the cashier, and she thought it was about her and her MAGA hat. So when the Karen got home, she called the store and spoke with the manager about the MAGA hat and how the cashier made this comment. I'm telling you, she's a nut job. I know a nut job when I see one, and I'm telling y'all, my radar was going, brrr, it was going crazy. It's totally full on, Karen. I mean, I implore you to go to her channel and go back in time and look at her shit. When people are inconsistent and try all these different methodologies to get famous on YouTube, it's very transparent when you go back in their old videos. As if the new ones weren't annoying enough. Shell, Potato.
Town, dude.
Potato put the iPhone link in Discord. Yeah, she was literally, I need to speak with your manager. Simplify says, definitely don't miss last night's coverage of J Peeps. It's worth the 3.5 hours. And it's chaptered. Hey, Titanium. If one of my children came up missing and Bullhorn Betty tried this crap, I'd end up in jail. Same. But you guys do know that she's going to have so many violations as she keeps going. Each violation carries up to a year in jail. And if she thinks she's going to get a slap on the wrist for all of this pushback, I'm telling you, judges don't like their time wasted. When you don't bother to show up in their courtroom, she violates every day. And I certainly think she's going to do some time. I do. When you waste a judge's time, they don't take kindly to that. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. That's like the most disrespect you can give a judge, is to waste their time. So if she has several violations, right? Let's say she even has 10. Hazel, she is. They're cut from the same cloth. But if she has several violations, you think a year each, even if you cut that in half. Let's say she's got 10 violations. That's 10 years, even if he gives her 5. Even if he gives her 3. You know, this is criminal now. Once she violated, it's now criminal. But she thinks it's still a big joke that she's got all these rights.
Going to the clinker, the big house.
You think Seth is in Florida? God, I hope not. That shit's way too close for comfort for someone who carries guns in the back of his truck. Just saying. Yep, I sure have, Mama PI, and I couldn't stand more than 5 minutes. But it's Team Seth, Team Tony. They're scrambling. They're trying to get people on their team. They're trying to get people to back them up. They're in scramble mode. Trust me. SS, the thing is, J for J, once Betty gets in jail, she won't be out in the allotted time because of her impulsiveness. She will 100% get more charges in jail. Yeah, because she can't control her mouth. She has no self-control. That's why she has several violent charges. Oh, I don't know how you used to like her, because I went back in time and I thought she was even crazier. Thank you, Nursey Canadian, $13.99. Thanks. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad you learned something, because I did too. I did too.
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Oh, yes. If this is sent to YouTube, they will take her channel down. If YouTube
Just
gets...
help a brother out here.
If YouTube gets... And thank you again, Nursey. If YouTube gets the documents from the court, yes, they will take it down. Without hesitation. Hashtag YouTube legal. Yeah, Gene P, we went over that. You've never been a fan of Titanium? I never heard of her until yesterday. Hi, Candy. Love you too, girl. Yes, if it's sent to YouTube, YouTube Legal will be on it. That's one thing YouTube doesn't fuck around about. Like, you can sit there and report. And I know it's frustrating because nothing happens most of the time, right? But when it comes to YouTube Legal, if you have a court document stating that you have a restraining order against this lady and she's still talking about you and you send that to YouTube Legal, gone. YouTube doesn't want a liability because this bitch. Are you kidding me? YouTube has billions of creators. And do you think they're going to go like get a court order, ignore it, and let this chick continue? Nope. So I highly suggest that the Bauer Socks and Proudfoots send that to YouTube Legal. I believe they have their own email. Yeah, they're not going to risk it all for her. Nope. Seen too many people get terminated from this platform. Critical K being one of them because she slandered and defamed a victim's mother. Oh, Thor said, I have heard. Thank you for that, Thor. I have heard as soon as Chris gets his RO granted, all 4 of the ROs are going to be sent to YouTube Legal. Hey, true crime and other stuff. Oh, I know, Angel. It was painful. She's just like Betty. So she will have her followers. That would be wonderful. So we have limited time to continue bashing her, I think. Her days are limited. Her time is limited here on the tubes. Maybe she'll have to go to Rumble or something. Or she's going to utilize the multiple channels that she has created and pretended aren't her. By the way, let me remind you. She's got other channels. She just doesn't tell you. Right? So we have to be on Cooter alert because she's in the shadows of YouTube. Thank you, Cricket. Thank you for your Cash App, hon. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you. She has 3 that we know of. 3 on TikTok, 3 on YouTube. Crime Time Buzz. What about bed crime stories? What about bed crime stories? Could that be Betty? But let me tell you, I got a cease and desist from Crime Time Buzz. Who does that sound like? I mean, come on. You're giving yourself away, Betty. With your video with a big bullhorn on it. I'm not Bullhorn Betty because I released this video during the Sebastian Rogers vigil. We know you can schedule videos, bish. Right? So she's got things backed up where she can still make money. She's not going to put all her eggs in one basket because shysters don't do that. Crime Time Buzz is on YouTube. Yes, Thor. Mm-hmm. So I got a cease and desist from Crime Time Buzz, but guess what? They wouldn't identify themselves. Oh, she tagged me in her community. I hope you'll join us. J is for justice. Yada, yada, yada. So I wrote her lawyer back. But get this though, the cease and desist from Crime Time Buzz. Crime Time Buzz is not going to identify herself, but she's sending me a cease and desist. She wouldn't identify herself in the cease and desist, so I have no idea who I'm supposed to cease and desist on other than a YouTube channel called Crime Time Buzz. So I wrote back. I screenshotted where she was tagging me to come to her channel, to join her live, enticing me to come over there. And I send it back to her lawyer and I say, certainly your client is not asking me to cease and desist when she's tagging me in her posts on YouTube. So I ask that your client cease and desist on speaking my name. Bitch. Yeah, who sends a cease and desist but doesn't attach a name to it? It's fucking Betty. Right, I'm supposed to guess. The lawyer was out of Arizona and Texas. She's such a bully. I'm not going to say who I am, but I need you to cease and desist because I'm a teacher. Fuck you. If you're a teacher, maybe you shouldn't have a YouTube channel. That's not on me. That's on you. When you go on a public platform, you're not guaranteed your fucking privacy. Hate to say it. Crime Time Buzz. She said she was a paralegal, yeah. She broke her own C&D before she even sent it, Robin. Right, and the cease and desist follows TikTok Tony and Seth Rogers' MO. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. But don't think for a minute that she doesn't have backup channels ready for when hers is terminated. She knows how YouTube works. What's up, Mr. Positive? Good to see you. Bully Betty. They really do, Ludwig. It's really, really pitiful. But I'm loving, just ripping through the layers as I see them. You make a YouTube platform, you don't have protection. You can't tell someone to cease and desist saying Crime Time Buzz. Yep, and Crime Time Buzz is the exact same narrative. Bing bong. So true.
Bing bong.
Meow. Meow.
She's got a backup channel for her backup channel for her backup channel. Can YouTube find out who those channels are? Sure, absolutely. Every YouTube channel, especially monetized, is connected to a bank account and has a name, address, and phone number, and an email attached. If you're making money on YouTube, YouTube knows who the fuck you are, and they know who's collecting the money. So if you have it in someone else's name, you may want to think twice, because if they find that out, you'll never, ever have another YouTube channel. All right, let's keep going.
I think there should be both of them, because the first one was sent to me by somebody, which is what brought me to Megan Fox's channel to begin with. And then I didn't get a notification, but it was in my For You or whatever page it was at the very top. And I had just checked, and it was like 45 minutes into the video. So I started at the beginning. I wanted to hear everything that was being said. So Jules, it's nice to see you. Icy, good morning. Good morning. Karma Moon, it's nice to see you. I think, in my opinion, well, let's just get back to the facts of the case. So we have some dogs going that's unexplainable. Nobody can seem to explain.
Oh, so I meant to tell you guys too. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you so much. Love your views on many cases. Thanks. I appreciate that. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh my God, in here, this lady's calling her Megan Kelley instead of Megan Fox. Fuck, I can't remember what I was going to say now. Maybe it'll come to me.
Community tab yesterday. I think there should be both of them, because the first one was sent to me by somebody, which is what brought me to Megan Fox's channel to begin with. And then I didn't get a notification, but it was in my For You or whatever page it was at the very top, and I had just checked, and it was like 45 minutes into the video, so I started at the beginning. I wanted to hear everything that was being said. So Jules, it's nice to see you. Icy, good morning. Good morning. Karma Moon, it's nice to see you. I think, in my opinion, well, let's just get back to the facts of the case. So we have some dogs going. That's unexplainable. Nobody can seem to explain why a dog dove into a retaining pond. You know, it seems to me that there was a lot of mistakes done, and that's why law enforcement. We can't understand, why is law enforcement not engaging with the public? Why are they not engaging with the public? Well, we're getting a front row seat as to why they're not engaging with the public. Why they're not. This has nothing to do with the integrity of the investigation. Okay, they haven't done shit, meaningful shit in this case.
Oh
no
my
fingerprints,
God.
no forensic findings, no nothing, no forensic testing, no turning the house or the bedroom in the crime scene into a crime scene. I think these are all the things that we are finding out, and maybe the reason why Sumner County doesn't want to answer questions. But, you know, I don't really have a lot of faith or a lot of stock in their local media. Their local media seems to work for the sheriff's department, right? If they know something's going to get the sheriff's department or any government official in hot water, they should close up. They shut their mouth. They don't have nothing to say. Right? And the reason why I say that is because Channel 4 and Channel 17 in their local area I handed them my paperwork. They took pictures of the paperwork. They knew this was wrong, and they failed to ask any questions from anybody. They failed to. So that tells me they were told to shut up and not run the story. This is exactly why I do what I do. I don't trust mainstream media. I don't trust the local media there. But what is the most damaging out of all of this? I think the most damaging out of all of this is how many resources law enforcement is putting into Bullhorn Betty that's not committed one crime in their community, but fails to do things like forensic testing of a home where a boy disappeared from. That is a major...
Yeah, she did bring up the dogs, but I don't know if that was what... It's bugging me because... Now I can't remember.
What brought me to Megan Fox's channel to begin with, and then I got I didn't get a notification, but it was in my For You or whatever page it was at the very top, and I had just checked, and it was like 45 minutes into the video, so I started at the beginning. I wanted to hear everything that was being said. So Jules, it's nice to see you. Icy, good morning. Good morning. Karma Moon, it's nice to see you. I think, in my opinion, well, let's just get back to the facts of the case. So we have some dogs going. That's unexplainable. Nobody can seem to explain why a dog dove into a retaining pond. You know, it seems to me that there was a lot of mistakes done, and that's why law enforcement. We can't understand, why is law enforcement not engaging with the public? Why are they not engaging with the public? Well, we're getting a front row seat as to why they're not engaging with the public. Why they're not. This has nothing to do with the integrity of the investigation. Okay, they haven't done shit, meaningful shit in this case. No fingerprints, no forensic findings, no nothing.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah, Natasha Cooper got banned too. Hey, Ramblin' Red Rose. Okay, so Carl Ferguson, didn't Crime Time Buzz put out a video while she was in jail? That is false. That information is false. And I'm going to show you why that's false. So if you go to Crime Time Buzz, and if you want to support her, by all means, go subscribe. But if you want to support Betty's second channel, by all means, go subscribe. But I'm telling you, this bitch is a liar. This is her backup plan. And I love that she's only getting a couple hundred views. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome because look, she went from getting a lot of views and she thought, damn, 11K, I'm in like Flynn. This is my next second. This is my backup. Right now, it's a probably fourth income for her. Think about that. She's got all these channels monetized. So what she did was during, right here, 9 days ago, during the vigil, she had this video ready and she scheduled it to release while she was at the vigil on camera. This video right here that says not bullhorn, this was released, and you can upload a video and release it any day you want. You can release it 2 days from now, an hour from now, whenever. So you can release a video while you're live. Let's say I'm going to be live tomorrow at 3. I can release a video at the same time, right? So here it is. I'm not bullhorn Betty. Like, why are you protesting so much, right? And then sending me a cease and desist. But here is her saying she's not bullhorn Betty. Then she releases another video about 2 hours after she gets out of jail. Look what I posted under her latest video about the reward. Is it this one? Oh, upcoming live today. Oh, she's going to go live today. Source credit. The mob crew. Oh, isn't that a coinky dink? I can't wait. Link to live. Please do, because of how theory of you being Betty has to be shut down because it's disgusting. I don't see. I haven't done a live in a really long time, so I hope I can remember how. LOL. Let's click on our StreamYard link. Oh, what's this? What is
Hi,
this?
everyone. Can you hear me?
Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, we're getting distracted right now. What? Get your
Hi,
voice.
everyone. Welcome in. This is Crime Time Buzz. I'm Jay, your host. That's Jay with an E at the end. How are you doing? It's so good to have you in here. We're going to be talking about the Sebastian Rogers case, and I'm going to wait for a little bit for people to come in here, and I'm going to go bump over and put the link in. One moment. I'll be right there.
You said, I hope you get your $400 back. What's that? You watched it, Amy? I know. I'm Jay with an E at the end. She is such an idiot. Yeah, she's trying to use a voice changer. Okay, hold on. Let's fast forward a little bit. How dare she use Sebastian's picture too?
Okay.
Gross.
Hi, everyone.
Very gross.
Thank you so much, Robin. I appreciate that. I really, really do. It's been a while. Hi, Pam. It's been a while, so I hope I'm doing this and you can all hear me and everything. So I want to show you one little thing here. I'm going to share my screen for a second. Wait. No, I'm not. Hold on. Share my little screen while we're waiting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if that's a voice changer to giving her that little accent, but you can't get away from the
And
tone.
share these little guys. Can you see them?
Oh, these are her dogs, allegedly.
Aren't they so cute? Those are my doodles. They're sitting right here with me, so I'm introducing them in case you hear them barking. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and get started a little bit, and we're going to start first with, of course, where we should start is the FBI poster. We want to always recognize that this is about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, reported missing February 26, 2024, out of Hendersonville, Sumner County, Tennessee. I do want to point to your attention that here it says on the FBI wanted poster, because he is listed as FBI's most wanted, it says blonde or brown hair. And I want to talk to you about that and show you something else, why it says this. Eyes, brown or hazel. Well, on the Amber Alert and the NC-MEC missing poster, it says that he has brown hair and brown eyes. Okay? But if you go over to his NamUs poster, which we're going to look at in a little bit, it has different information. It says blonde hair and hazel eyes. So I believe that's why the FBI has both of these included on their poster, because how would they know which it is at this point, right? So 120 pounds, male, $50,000 up to, now remember, after up to $50,000 reward for information leading to the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and also it is to the information about those involved and responsible as well. So it says that Roger has ties to Clarksville, Tennessee. That's where his dad is. And he was last seen. Now, this is interesting too, because it says, let me see up here, February 26th was when he was reported missing. And it says here that February 26, 2024 is when he was last seen. So I find that interesting as well, because my impression was February 25th when he went to bed was when he was last seen. So lots of interesting stuff. Also still have the black sweatshirt on here instead of a long sleeve sweat t-shirt with a graphic. So let me show you his NamUs. This is his NamUs missing person file, and this is where I'm telling you, this wasn't put in till April, and anyone can put this in. It's usually family members. This was put in April 30th.
See how her voice changed?
See here it says hair color blonde or strawberry, left and right eye color hazel. So I believe that is why it is written like that on the FBI Most Wanted page. Okay, let's go ahead and go to our, I'm hoping you're able to see my screen. Let me come back to you. Oh, have you been not seeing everything I put on? Have you been able to see? Okay. Were you able to see the report? Hi, Wilted Lettuce. How are you? Were you able to see?
Oh my God.
the
You are
report
so
and the FBI
obvious,
report
Betty.
on my screen, or did I not share it with you? I'm so sorry. I thought I had shared it. Let me know. Let me know. Crystal, hello. Thank you for being here. We're going to first go ahead and go to the map.
It's so obvious. I'm reverse imaging those dogs right now.
Sorry, guys. There we go. I'm going to share it with you.
I'm not good at
I will
doing
share
that,
the
though.
map with you. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Let me share my screen, get you the map up here. Very interesting with calculations and what you can do, because sometimes the numbers just don't lie. Let me see if this is the one I want. No. There it is. Okay. Okay. We are looking here, and I can't see the, hold on one second. We are looking here at where, according to the name.
Hold on. Oh, I wish I could read that in the background there. She's got her email pulled up. She's got her email pulled up. Her Gmail.
Neighbors who are helping out the mob crew. The car pulled up. The lights go through this direction diagonally. They go between the houses here.
You call this tech savvy? She's showing her email. She's not fucking tech savvy. And her voice changer goes in and out. Try a little harder. Self-aware, Karen.
Here, diagonally through, over the ditch, or in the ditch, in between the two houses. This with the red X is Sebastian's house. This is the neighbor's house, and they go in between. Okay? And then, of course, come back. Remember? They hesitate here, and they go back behind the houses. So this car is behind the two houses. Remember, these houses face Kellen. These houses face Stafford. And this is Sebastian's, and this is all of their backs of their homes, their backyards, just to give you a little bit of reference. So I'm going to show you a little bit from the mob crew to catch you up to where, why I bounced off of this and how.
I ain't watching
we'll
that
give
shit.
1.55 seconds to go one way in between the houses. Let me show you. Oh, sorry, I got to share with you again.
Yeah, she's not tech savvy. Try again. Try again. She don't know what the fuck she doing.
Come on. There it is. I'm going to share this with you. So here they get out of the car and they go between these two houses. And I have a photo for you that's much easier to see how they right between these houses. And then they come. So this car is on Kellen Lane right here. They come through. Remember, these are everyone's backyards. These homes face Kellen. Sebastian's home with the red X, and the neighbor face Stafford. So this is everyone's backyards. They're backdoor neighbors, so to say. So it comes through, goes diagonal. The ditch is there. Comes through in between the houses. They have now arrived at Sebastian's house. So I want to talk about that. So they've arrived at Sebastian's house. Now let's do scenario 1. An outside job. Okay? And I'm going to stop sharing my screen and talk to you for a second. And I'm looking to see what you all are talking about. Little truth in every lie, Rosebud. You got it.
You got
There's
it.
a few things, it dawned on me last night.
You
about
got it,
motives.
Jay.
And this person here being in these backyards. My question to you is, the one light comes and waits here, and then, okay,
Whoops, she fucked up her voice changer. Did you hear that? Listen. Listen close.
Okay. So we're talking this person here and this person here being in these backyards. My question to you is, the one light comes and waits here, and then, oops, sorry. Oops. Okay, there, that's better. I hope I can get out of that. Okay, so comes this way, correct?
Whoops. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies.
The one light comes and waits here, and then, oops, sorry. Oops. Okay, there, that's better. I hope I can get.
Whoops. I need a sound bite. Whoops. I'm so slick. I'm so slick, Betty. Betty. You might want to get with your forensic IT guy and learn how to fucking do what you're trying to do. Because when you're trying to scam people and you're so obvious, that's when you get thrown in the clinker. Right?
Okay, so they get out of the car, one person. It's an inside job, which means we have one person over here. This is Sebastian's house. Okay, one light, one person gets out of the car, one light, and they're heading this way. One light's coming this way, remember? And they stop over here. Do you recall that? Okay, so we're talking this person here and this person here being in these backyards. My question to you is, the one light comes and waits here, and then, oops, sorry.
Welcome, Helen,
okay, there,
to the Cooter
Just help a
Club.
brother out
Out of
here.
that. Okay, so comes this way, correct? We've got one light coming here, and remember, it hangs out over here. Wait,
Self-aware, we've been asking her to cam up fucking for 4 months. Okay? 4 months. And then she sends me a cease and desist. So stop.
then you have another one that's coming this way. It gets lost in the ditch, and it comes this way, correct? Are you guys with me on that? That could be 1 minute and 55 seconds in total as they're meeting kind of in the middle, right? So we'll give them 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Not having to go all the way
Going to the
home
clinker,
here.
the big house.
Coming this way, one's coming this way. Does that make sense with the light videos that you've seen?
Exposed Cooter.
Well, let me get on. Does that make sense with the light videos that you've seen where, they're meeting in that back area? What? Okay, they're meeting in that back area. One's coming back. So we're at 2 minutes, okay?
Hazel, that's because she's using a voice changer. And a very shitty one at that.
Because no one's going the full distance yet. Okay. Then they hesitate. Hi, Karen. Then they hesitate in front of these homes. Let me show them to you.
Oh, come on. Get it up there.
They hesitate about right here between the two homes for a couple minutes or a couple seconds. Okay. And then the light disappears between the two houses, right? 50 seconds, so a minute and 10 seconds to breach the house, get in there, find his room because it's an outside job. Maybe they don't know where the room is. Get him, wake him up, grab him if he is awake, because we were told he's up, he's active at night, allegedly, and he was up when KP went to bed. Nothing's told us indicated.
KP. She won't say their names either on this channel. She won't say their names. Of course she hasn't made a video like this. You think she's going to do the same thing? She can't show her face. Give me a break.
That he went to sleep. As a matter of fact, I have another question to ask you. When KP walked in that room that morning, she said within a minute, she was already, all that had happened. She had panicked, looked around, looked under the bed, called CP. But my question is, did she ever mention it to bed when she did that initial look? Was the bed made or slept in? Have any of you heard that? And for me, that's kind of important for two reasons. If he was awake and active, wouldn't he have screamed or something if someone came and got him? Yes, I'm going to talk about that too. I'm glad you brought that up. We have a nurse in our community who told me that is a very, very, very strong medication. Okay, so I've got that down. I'll get to it. But so was the bed?
Okay, let me just put it to you this way. This chick is J with an E. Her logos used to look just like mine. She's changed them. She was giving away a Sebastian Rogers t-shirt, quote, like Seth wears. She has the same exact narrative as Betty. She sounds like Betty, only with a cheap voice changer. How much more do you need? I mean, how much more? Oh, let's not forget the cease and desist I was sent via email with no legal name attached. Do you need more? I mean, do we really need more? Or does common sense kick in at a certain point? I don't care, self-aware. And you are being a fucking Karen. You're annoying. You know that?
You're being a Karen.
For that, you're going in the timeout chair. Timed out, Cooter. Think about yourself. She's mocking me. Absolutely. They could see Betty talking right now and still wouldn't believe it. It's AI. It's a deep fake. And people would believe it.
Why are people such idiots?
The immediate family, or does she include his family that's in town? But anyway, regardless, only immediate family has access to the home, to the locked home. Okay. So I don't know who that is. I don't know, who specifically other than immediate family. Could someone in immediate family have given out the code? Of course. Is that likely? I don't know. But in my opinion, this was planned. At first I was thinking accident, and they got scared and covered it up because she didn't check on him. Because do you remember that originally she said she didn't check on him? Okay. Originally she said she didn't check on him when she heard the thud. And then
the thud.
Next time she said, are you okay? And he said, yes, mama, or whatever he said. So then she indicated then it was added that she asked him if he was okay and he responded. I'm allegedly thinking that may have been added to the story because she was getting a lot of pushback on not checking on Sebastian from the public on social media. Just my opinion. So then she added, I said, are you okay? And he said, yes. And that takes away that bit of pressure. Why didn't, you didn't need to check because he responded to you. Just my opinion.
Let's do a poll and see where we stand.
So there's a lot going on. Let's talk about the $50,000 reward and FBI getting involved. I've heard a few different opinions. Former FBI agent Jen Coffendaffer, she said that I'm sorry, I'm reading that. Jen Coffendaffer, she was discussing the case on a video, and she had talked about, I forgot what I was getting to. Lost my train of thought, guys. What was I talking about?
No, I don't know if she's had anyone on her panel, but this channel goes back 2 years to Summer Wells.
Hey, G-Ma. We're talking about the thud,
okay,
right?
So I've gone into this. If you go back in my videos, I've gone over this. I've gone over this time and time again. She was in Idaho at the same time Betty was in Idaho with Olivia. She did videos from Idaho. While Betty was doing Idaho 4, this chick was doing Michael Vaughn. Okay? It's her. Send me another cease and desist, Betty. I don't give a fuck. It's crazy town. Jen Coffendaffer. Just like Tony. It's called Crime Time Buzz. Right here. Oh, Mary, thank you for your chat. Oh, I almost said super chat. Cash App. Thank you so much. Crime Time Buzz. Catch the buzz.
How you doing, G-Ma? The reward. Thank you. Crystal, you're the best. Your comments. I haven't been live in so long, so the comments are awesome, and I'm reading them, and then I lose my train of thought. Okay. Jen Coffendaffer, did you go to I miss you too, G-Ma. I do, and I was thinking about you. I was just going to ask you if you went to visit your mama today, but it's Monday, not Sunday. So, reward. Let's talk about it. Jen Coffendaffer.
So this chick never goes live, yet she has people in her chat, and she knows about their mamas? Huh? After last night's live, we know the word buzz in her title is so appropriate.
Coffendaffer thinks it's concerning that they did put out a reward because she's concerned that means, they don't have anything. They're needing information. They're wanting information. And it's a cold case, right? She does believe it had gone cold, and this was to spark some interest.
So when we went over this, she went live about it, and she was like, Jay is for Justice is spewing shit. blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't even know Crime Time Buzz. I had to and then like 2 minutes later, she goes, I had to block Crime Time Buzz in my email, okay? Crime Time Buzz doesn't even like me. She's live right now? I don't know. There was a link to StreamYards. It says upcoming live, and I clicked the StreamYard link. I don't even know how I'm seeing this. If it was yesterday or what. This is in StreamYards for some reason.
Okay.
See?
I think, oh, really, Christy? People are adding to it, right? I think I heard that last night. I think that, in my opinion, do you remember when, and this might just be a coincidence, but do you remember when Eric Craddock told Nick Ferris that they're assigning one detective a day to the case? I mean, that was appalling, shocking. And I think that, to me, is what kind of geared up the FBI to get going and to do something. I do. That's just my humble little opinion. And that's just how I feel. I think that just kind of sparked them on. Also, Jen Coffindaffer said, because there is a reward from the FBI, that means that an agent is specifically assigned to Sebastian's case. That agent is probably who requested the reward and was granted the reward. And that he has to, log what he's doing. He's accountable to work on this. He has to report.
Yes, Crimson.
So he is going to be engaged and active in the investigation.
Thank you, Damrus.
What I'm hoping for is that.
Hey, Casey.
I'm just really hoping that is going to just lead to so much more for Sebastian right now. Federal charges. Well, guess what? If we're talking about jamming cameras, that's a federal charge. Taking him across state lines is a federal charge. Okay.
Now she's also now a lawyer.
They're also
and
talking about
cop.
American embassies and the consulates. So very likely in their opinion, he's out of the country. FBI agent Jen Coffindaffer seems to think he might be close by. So
she's putting out there that he might be out of the country. No, the FBI puts that on every flyer. Oh my God.
Why are people such idiots?
really interesting. But that reward has really gotten him back out in the media. Now, also, yes, Gma. Use of federal charges is obvious in this case. Yes, Gma, you are correct.
Kathy, thank you so much for your PayPal.
Also, one thing I wanted to bring up is that
thank you so much.
Also said that being that there's an agent on, that's going to give it that recognition that we need to keep going. And I hope Rosebud. After I saw Rosebud, I have to agree with you there.
Oh, Rosebud. Rosebud used to come in my lives. Believe it or not, Rosebud used to be in my live streams, but Rosebud is always.
I want this to be crystal clear.
It's always in Betty's. Where's Cupcake? Cupcake!
After I see the reward and things going on, I think the FBI is offering that reward because there's a few little pieces that they need, and they need someone to come forward and give them to them. Okay, I think they have put together, let's think about this. I would really hope that if YouTubers can figure out the lights, the overlay, the vehicles, distance of how long it took from vehicle to house like we just did and back, if everyone can figure out all these different things and neighbors are sharing and all different YouTubers are getting different pieces of information, I would hope to think that they have figured that out too, right? I mean, I would certainly.
Okay, so whoever it was that was running their trap, I can't remember their screen name now, but 86%, and one pressed no on accident. 86% believe this is you, Bets. So how many? And someone else told me, bed crime stories, to look into that one. That may be her too. Incognito Cooter. She thinks she is. We'll get back to her today live in just a second.
Certainly hope to think. So I hope they're close. I really
her
do.
Venmo transactions from 2021
that said, and I don't know if the woman was telling the truth, because since the reward came out, I've gotten little things like, oh, he's here, go look quick before they move him, and things like that. But well, I forgot what I was going to say. I wanted to bring up, oh yes, he did send all of it, Ginger Girl, to the FBI. Oh, that's what I was going to say. And so I think they're close. I think they're just waiting for a couple pieces of information. Hopefully, I'm praying so, because remember, to do the landfill search, they had to have probable cause in order to get the search warrant. And probable cause means they had to
Yes,
affidavit.
she's on her bed.
It's timely, providing plenty of information to show the reasoning to why they think or believed
Thank you,
Sebastian Rogers
Annie.
was in the landfill or something related to his disappearance was in the landfill. Okay. And remember, that was only, he went missing February 26th. They scaled back, I think, March 4th.
This is normal.
And I think the landfill search was
Talking
March 7th,
slow.
right? March 7th. So that's about 10 days later only that they, and I just, you don't look in a landfill if you think a child just ran away, right? In my opinion, why would you be looking there? So,
Normal speed, y'all.
I don't know. I think that they
Get your
they've
votes
had
in.
some ideas for a while. I think the FBI coming in is going to help out quite a bit. I do believe, and I'm going to be 100 honest with you, I think that Sonny Weatherton passing, rest in peace, and Eric Craddock stepping in as temporary sheriff and running for election for sheriff has slowed down the case. The priorities, I think, have gotten twisted.
Oh, of course you do. Of course
After
you do.
that, he is
Because Eric Craddock is going to put your ass in the clinker, bitch. He's going to put you in the clinker. Oh, I have no doubt in my mind this is her.
Karen.
Going to the clinker, the big house.
I have no doubt that this is her.
Just help a brother out.
None. This is regular speed. I have no doubt in my mind that this is her.
assigned one detective a day, not even the same one, a rotating one.
See, and we all think that's good news that they have someone assigned to his case 24/7, but not Bullhorn Betty and not Crime Time Buzz.
A day to his case, to Sebastian's case. And Sebastian deserves so much more than that. So let me go ahead and I'm going to read some of your comments now. I do believe it has to be an outside job.
You scamming cooter.
Time-wise, there is not enough time to cross that 400 feet, break into the locked house, have Sebastian relock the house, and get away all within the 3 to 5 minutes that the car was there. Let me know what you all think. Okay, I'm looking right here. Okay, it takes only 15 minutes to get home from Texas Roadhouse. Do we know what time that footage was of him? I don't believe I've ever heard the actual time they left. I did hear that, and that's what I'm going to bring up too, is what I heard on another channel, that comment that was made, because it's huge.
Oh, what's that? What's the channel?
I did hear allegedly that CP may have been in Texas Roadhouse around Valentine's Day, and I'm going to try and verify that. Okay, I'm working on it.
Oh, CP might. Oh, bitch, if this is you are looking to verify CP was somewhere when you have an upcoming court date for an RO. Attention, Chris Proudfoot. There's a violation and you haven't even gone to court yet. Find out if this is her and you got her again.
And get away all within the 3 to 5 minutes that the car was there. Let me know what you all think. Okay, I'm looking right here. Okay, it takes only 15 minutes to get home from Texas Roadhouse. Do we know what time that footage was of him? I don't believe I've ever heard the actual time they left. I did hear that, and that's what I'm going to bring up too, is what I heard on another channel, that comment that was made, because it's huge. I did hear allegedly that CP may have been in Texas Roadhouse around Valentine's Day, and I'm going to try and verify that.
Oh, boy.
I'm working on it. Okay. So definitely working on that. Let's talk about.
Oh, it's in effect already.
She could have spilled his drinks. I want to go over some of yours before we get to.
She's working on that, huh?
I hope it's up to 75 now, the reward. Is it just private people adding to it?
Thank you,
Okay, I want to go
Elizabeth.
through my notes too, real quick.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So kind of you for your Cash App. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm Seth with an E.
I want to talk about the light going back there.
She needs to be housed with Sarah Boone.
Okay, so
Twins.
we've got a light going back to the house,
Mm.
and we have a locked house in the morning.
What you
We have
got?
a child missing.
You're going to talk about the
and we have
doors?
one person in the home.
Mm-hmm. Keep it going, Betty.
By their own words,
Mm-hmm.
they ate dinner at 6 p.m. Thank you.
I think you're going to pull a Ouija
By their
board out
own
your
words.
out of your pants.
I think you've
What
got
does that tell
a
you?
Ouija board down your
The
pants.
house is
You're gonna
locked
pull
again in
that
the
out.
morning.
No one knows this creator.
Okay,
No one knows her.
6:30 p.m. around, and that's when he took out the trash first. So what does that tell you? If we have a light going back to the house, the car drives away, a light goes back to the house, jumps over the ditch.
No, this lady, Bullhorn Betty, said that Stephen Stearns is a very, very good looking guy. Thank you, Gene P. Birds of a feather. That was a great expose.
Okay, and disappears. Does not come back out again. That light does not reappear. Okay, so
Thank you, Twisted Isabel.
what
Thank
does
you
that
so
tell
much.
I know what it tells me.
What does it tell you?
You know, I mean, we can make deductions there, right?
Can we?
So let's go ahead and talk about.
Let's make
Let me
deductions.
go over my notes real quick
Oh,
and see where we're at.
Get your notes. Is Tony watching? You and Tony made those
Information.
notes? Still think that? Okay, let's do a poll
What do you
over.
guys think about the cameras being jammed?
I
Up
think
and down Kellen.
I think you're
and the
gonna
car
be
going up and down.
I think you're gonna be jammed in that cell pretty soon, Betty. Ah!
The devil is dancing tonight.
Kellen, and then turning onto Stafford. Do you think that they came
Creep
into
town,
the neighborhood and jammed them prior to on Friday night? And that's why and by the way, if you didn't see my video on the jammers, it says that it will show up like an
Get your votes
internet
in.
loss.
Get your votes in.
So that could be why the data was stuck on the 23rd, right? So that made sense to me.
Liar Cooter. Oh, she feels bad for Jen Soto. She was preyed upon.
And then my other question is, if that's the case, and
We've already
someone
said
had to
it,
come
Cubs.
in and they either did a trial run.
We're not
which
advertising
Mount Cruz
it.
Suggests, or like I'm suggesting, they got in, jammed the cameras and left in preparation for Sunday night.
Mm.
If it's people who are an outside job, wouldn't they have been caught on footage and not belonged in the neighborhood, whether they were walking or driving, the car not been caught? Why wasn't someone caught jamming, seen, oh, wow, strange. This car doesn't belong in the neighborhood during this time on Friday night, before he went missing. That hasn't, the neighbors didn't say anything about strange cars on Friday night, right? Which again, is the person who jammed the cameras belong in the neighborhood, and it would not have been odd to see their car or them on camera on Friday. Just another thought. Okay, Ginger Girl, I'm reading yours. I believe it most likely, and that there was a test run where a sample dropped to the...
Ginger Girl is from her channel. Ginger Girl came in here trolling me. It's so obvious. I can't believe that there's 15% of you don't think this is her. We need to get more votes, though. We've got 900 people watching. If you're in the bushes, come out of the bushes and vote. We need to get the majority in here. We only have 169 votes. Let's get your votes in. Even if you're not chatting, you can still vote.
Retaining pond. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Do you guys remember hearing about the person in the woods on one night, a couple of nights from Bobby? There was a person in the woods.
Is this Bullhorn Betty? Get your votes
Yeah,
in.
that is a
Creep
really good
town,
thought.
dude.
Ginger Girl. That is a great thought. Okay, friends. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I thank you all for being here. Come on back again. I hope you subscribe to the channel. It's great.
See how she changes? Okay, my friends. She goes from that lower voice, annoyed, She wants to bitch, but she's holding back. And then when she's concluding, she's going to wrap it up with her, thanks, guys.
So that made sense to me.
Ginger
And then
Girl
my other
is in there.
question
Yep.
If that's the case, and someone had to come in and they either did a trial run, which the mob crew suggests, or like I'm suggesting, they got in, jammed the cameras and left in preparation for Sunday night. If it's people who are an outside job, wouldn't they have been caught on footage and not belonged in the neighborhood, whether they were walking or driving, the car not been caught? Why wasn't someone caught jamming, seeing, oh, wow, strange. This car doesn't belong in the neighborhood during this time on Friday night, before he went missing. That hasn't, the neighbors didn't say anything about strange cars on Friday night, right?
Wait for her cadence to change.
Which again, is the person who jammed the cameras belong in the neighborhood.
Yeah, the
And it would
cease
not
and
have been odd
desist
to
gave
see
it
their
away.
car or them on camera on Friday. Just another thought. Okay, Ginger Girl, I'm reading yours. I believe it most likely, and that there was a test run where a scent was dropped to the retaining pond. Oh, interesting. Okay. Do you guys remember hearing about the person in the woods on one night, a couple of nights from Bobby? There was a person in the woods. Yeah, that is a really good thought. Ginger Girl. That is a great thought. Okay, friends. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I thank you all for being here.
So
Come on back again. I hope you subscribe to the channel. It's great to have you here. Prayers up for Sebastian. Hold on. Karen, I'm reading your message. Yes.
Exactly,
Do you think the
Gene P.
sock was dipped in or thrown in your opinion? Yeah, that's why the jamming happened. I agree, Christy. I think it was a plan. I really, really do. And then you know what? This was surprising to me, and I don't
Thank
know
you,
if many of you guys
Kramit.
knew this.
Thank you so much, Kramit. You sent me some goodies. That is definitely Bedbug Betty. Have a good night, Kramit. Thank you so much.
And maybe you do. When the FBI gave the reward in the first article that came out, it said that you have a lovely evening too, Gma. Good to see you. It said that the Proudfoots chose not to comment, and that really surprised me. That really did surprise me. I didn't know why they wouldn't comment.
Okay, well, you choose to ignore that they did comment, bitch.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was quite alarming to me. My opinion. What did you all think?
Anything against the Proudfoots, Bets?
Did that surprise you? Yes, very well trained, military-wise, Brinks, you name it. And that's another shocking thing. If you have a camera, allegedly, it's on your RV. You have one allegedly in the kitchen.
Never, Rocco,
right?
never.
The snacks that get stolen. Why wouldn't you have one on the outside of your house? And then I know many of you sent it to me that another creator was there, flew a drone over.
I see you weeping.
Thank you for doing that. And it showed that. Oh, thanks, Gma. I still do have you down as a mod. Thank you. And it showed that
I do still have you down as a mod.
The bulbs were out, taken out. So very.
She's about to wrap it up. We're almost done with it.
Too. And Chrissy, I think the getaway car is huge.
Getaway car?
Yes, Robin. Now, okay. Tell me how because I was just going to finish my story. Now there was an article, and then Robin, I want to come. Oh, I see what you're saying. That makes sense. They're not going in front of cameras right now, and you know what? I don't. It's probably better right now with all the chaos on social media and everywhere. Okay. Then there was another article 2 days later in where they did, say thank you to the FBI, and they hoped that this would bring Sebastian home to his home in Hendersonville. So,
Did I ask you?
So hopefully, prayers up. This does work. Someone says something. Someone has confided in someone. Someone saw something and has been afraid. Someone heard something by now.
A QX80.
Thank you so much, Karen. We are going to keep hope alive. Because
Karen? Oh, maybe that's Karen Strom. Is that Karen? Jaden's mom? Yeah, she calls herself J with an E. I had like 4 Robins in my chat the other day. 4. And I have a mod that's Robin, but it wasn't even one of her. I had like 4 Robins with an I the other day. There's a lot of Robins flying around these streets. It must be mating season for Robins.
You know what? We don't know what happened. We're all speculating. Oh, great. Thank you, Ginger Girl. I appreciate you telling me. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I appreciate you telling me that. Oh, you are? Are you over by Summer Wells, Christy? Dear sweet Summer Wells, where's her reward? Where's her $50,000 reward? Thank you, Stacey Renee. Oh, I appreciate that. Well, friends, okay, lots to talk about. If you want to do me a favor, subscribe, share, like the video. Let's get it back out there. I've been working, so I've had a little bit less time that I've been on here and being able to engage. So let's get this out there. I think that time and distance is important. It shows logic and possibility and what is not probable.
Oh, that sounded just like her. Oh my God. You can't hide your crazy and your bitchy. Those are just two things you can't hide for an hour and a half, which she was live for an hour and a half.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That makes sense. They're not
slowed it down again
right now, and you know what? I don't.
Hey, momming it up
right now with all the chaos on social media and everywhere.
This is slowed down to normal.
Then there was another article 2 days later in where they did, say thank you to the FBI, and they hoped that this would bring Sebastian home to his home in Hendersonville. So,
get your votes in, guys. We only got 342 votes.
This does work. Someone says something. Someone has confided in someone. Someone saw something and has been afraid. Someone heard something by now. Thank you so much, Karen. We are going to keep hope alive because you know what? We don't know what happened. We're all speculating. Oh, great. Thank you, Ginger Girl. I appreciate you telling. Oh, okay. I appreciate you telling me that.
I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. I know
Wells,
right
Christy?
now you can't tell.
Dear sweet Summer Wells, where's her reward? Where's her $50,000
But wait a
reward?
minute, maybe then
Thank
you'll
you, Stacey
see
Renee.
a different
I appreciate
side of
that.
me.
Well, friends, okay, lots to talk about. If you want to do me a favor, subscribe, share, like the video. Let's get it back out there. I've been working, so I've had a little bit less time that I've been on here and being able to engage. So let's get this out there. I think that time and distance is important. It shows logic and possibility and what is not probable. And what is not probable is accessing that locked house if you do not know how to get in. Okay, so what is probable is a person meeting up with Sebastian time-wise, thus the second light. They hesitate. Handoff is the hesitation, allegedly. And then to the car.
Little
car
Skid
takes
Row.
off, and the one light goes back.
Skid Row's alter ego. Ego.
One thing I will tell you
Eagle.
is one neighbor did confirm to me that the silhouette in the window is accurate.
Me too,
and
patriotic.
Katie did tell her friend Laura that the
Thank
silhouette
you,
in the
rainy
window
day.
showed up. And that was day one. She said there was a silhouette in the window. So just to let you all know that. Thank you so much for being here. Share, like, subscribe, and I will see you soon, my friends. Happy Labor Day. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for giving me some of your time. Prayers up for Sebastian, that he will be located. This child needs to be found. Thank you so much for being here. Talk soon. Oh, Morristown, Newport area. Hi, Christy. Okay. I'm sorry, I just didn't want to. Okay. You guys, you are a local for sure. Thank you so much for letting me know. Talk soon, friends.
Is she done? Is she done? Oh, she done. Okay, let's see where we stand. This is her little trailer.
Hi, everyone. Welcome in. We're talking the Sebastian Rogers case, and I hope you will join me live today at 3:30 Mountain Standard Time, 6:30 Eastern Time, where we are going to do the math. A lot of great calculations have been done by the mob crew on distance and path and size of cars. And I've been looking at it and I've been thinking, inside job, outside job, how can we figure that out? And it came to me, time and distance. We're going to do the math and we're going to take it under two scenarios, inside job and outside job. In my opinion, time and distance, the math shows it is an inside job, allegedly. My opinion.
So she's pointing all the fingers at the Proudfoots. Inside job. Even though we've got Chris McDonough out here saying, hey, did the biological father pay someone to take the kid?
We're going to do 2 scenarios, inside job, outside job, using time and distance today at 3:30 Mountain Standard Time, 6:30 Eastern Time. It will be live, and I hope you join me. This is Crime Time Buzz, and I am your host, Jay. That's Jay with an E. See you at 3:30, friends.
You see you next Tuesday. You see you next Tuesday. Now she's saying Jay with an E. She's such a bitch.
See you at 3:30, friends. Talk soon.
Jay with an E. She's so snarky. Listen.
And I am your host, Jay. That's Jay with an E. See you at 3:30.
She said that so snarky, too. That's Jay with an E. She's mocking me. Oh, I think it's her. She doesn't have to be coughing, belching, or cackling. She's on her best behavior. She's on her best behavior. And it's so obvious. Okay, how many votes we got in? 405 votes. 86% of you think it's her. 14% are either trolls or don't. Good job getting those votes in. Now we're going to go back to Bullhorn Betty. Okay? Back to her. Back to her live today where she is a PR nightmare. Okay? Back on track.
Forensic testing. No turning the house or the bedroom in the crime scene into a crime scene. I think these are all the things that we are finding out. And maybe the reason why Sumner County doesn't want to answer questions. But, you know, I don't really have a lot of faith or a lot of stock in their local media. Their local media seems to work for the sheriff's department, right? If they know something's going to get the sheriff's department or any government official in hot water, they close up. They shut their mouth. They don't have nothing to say, right? And the reason why I say that is because Channel 4 and Channel 17 in their local area received, I handed them my paperwork. They took pictures of the paperwork. They knew this was wrong, and they failed to ask any questions from anybody. They failed to. So that tells me they were told to shut up and not run the story. This is exactly why
No, they don't want to advertise you because you're a lunatic. That's why the local media isn't picking you up.
Do what I do. I don't trust mainstream media. I don't trust the local media there. But what is the most damaging out of all of this? I think the most damaging out of all of this is how many resources law enforcement is putting into Bullhorn Betty that's not committed one crime in their community, but fails to do things like forensic testing of a home where a boy disappeared from. That is a major PR disaster, okay? Because now we have to go outside of their local community and try to bring in national media or media on the outskirts of their community that is going to actually run the story and look into the matter at hand, because we've got some problems here. We have statistics on our side, right? We have statistics. Statistics tell us that when a child disappears or is unalived, it's most likely by somebody that child knows, period. That is the statistics, okay? Do we have other statistics out there? Of course we do. They're lower in nature. What we've heard from law enforcement is that they do not believe that this is a stranger danger situation. That eliminates that, right? They don't believe this child was abducted. That eliminates that. So it leaves him walking out of the home or foul play. Two options. And then on the same...
Okay, I haven't listened to this, but if she starts talking about an inside job, there's yet another strike against her.
On the same sense of that, then we have them telling us they have no evidence this child walked out of the home and no dog scent either. Again, another major problem, because if you have no scent from this child walking, but you have scents that the dog picked up on that dove into a retaining pond, we got a problem. We have a problem. So we have all this stuff going on. We're watching helplessly as this law enforcement body fumbles the ball all over this case, fails to clear Chris or ask for any type of outside assistance. It's been 6 months and they got nothing, right? Because if they had something, they wouldn't be fighting so hard to keep one journalist quiet. right? I've done nothing in
Journalist.
their community. You know, the worst thing I think I might have done is I might have went 1 or 2 miles over the speed limit, if I have to be honest. But most
She still says all she did was maybe speed 1 or 2 miles over. Bitch, you got out in the middle of traffic to approach Terry Bowersox, screaming at him while you're sweating with a picture of his son on your shirt. Then you go home and you say you're going to get a gun and keep it in your bra in case you need it. But you think all you did was go 1 or 2 miles over the speed limit. Can someone wrap those earrings around her neck and squeeze? Please. Please.
most of the time when I'm filming, especially from my car, I'm usually driving slower than the speed limit because I'm filming from my car, right? Why did I film from my car? Because I didn't trust getting out of the car. And I'm glad I made that assessment.
You're stalking from your car.
And the only times I did get out of the car was when I was live. So I'm having some
Do you remember what you did, crazy bitch? Look at her eyes. Oh, that's a good screen grab for a future live. Look at those earrings. Next thing you know, she's going to have earrings that say Bullhorn Betty in them. Those hoop earrings with the name. She's going to have hoop earrings that say Bullhorn Betty in gold. And then she's going to have one of those gold necklaces written in cursive that says Bullhorn Betty.
problems with this whole situation. I'm glad a First Amendment right journalist got a hold of everything and started discussing this case, because it makes me feel a little more comforting, because I have to think that this is the doing of Sumner County, and I don't think the judge is going to buy all of this. Now, I don't know. I have no idea whether he's going to buy this horse manure or not, but I can tell you, when you got a 15-year-old child missing and you're trying to shut down media and journalistic work, we've got problems. We've got major problems. And we're not talking about some doofus on YouTube that just, is there for entertainment. I mean, we've done some major interviews with some high-profile cases. I was seen on Paramount and Web Sleuths. I mean, we're not talking about a wannabe journalist. We're talking about a journalist that has been aired, publicized and put in documentaries. And they're trying to shut my work down. Well, it didn't.
Oh my God, put in documentaries. Blinded by the light. Put in documentaries. She was in a documentary called #CyberSleuths, and it made her look so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. And it only was on their paid app. It wasn't even on the mainstream network. Right? It was like a hit piece showing how shitty some people can be, and you were like showcased. Congratulations. However, Bets, it kills you that I was on Dateline, an ID channel, and I was on the news for Summer Wells. It kills you, doesn't it? J with an E.
Work. Because even though they don't want me talking about it, we're talking about it because I've got my orders right here. And guess what? I'm definitely allowed to talk about this case. It's a public case.
Oh.
It is a public and
tell the judge that
interest case. I don't know what this detective was thinking or doing, but it wasn't about the law. It was about shutting my mouth and willfully, maliciously violating the law to plaster me and to try to discredit me in their community and abroad. This is a huge PR disaster. Absolutely 100% disaster. How confident does the audience, we've got about 300, it's awfully early this morning, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me.
Oh, wait, she's got 2 sets of earrings, y'all. She's got the big ass ones in the bottom hole, and then she's got these ugly triples in the second hole. I promise you, her ears are probably going to be infected after those cheap motherfuckers. I know they'd infect my ears.
We have 282 people in here. How confident are you after seeing this display? Law enforcement lynching me, right? That's really what it was. It was a lynching, just about, right? Public lynching. Lynched of me And we have a 15-year-old boy that we've been asking questions on for 5 months and have gotten zero response. Got ghosted. Got, the middle finger from Eric Craddock's department as Sumner County Sheriff. Do you feel confident that this law enforcement body has the wherewithal? I mean, since they don't know the law, we can clearly see they have no idea what the law is because...
No, I think they're necklaces. Like, those choker necklaces? I think they're choker necklaces. That's why I said somebody put them around her neck.
I was arrested for not breaking a law or violating any type of order. How confident are you that they're going to be able to successfully bring this case home? Oh my God, the comments when you were arrested, I was going nuts. Hello, idiots. Do you know BHB at
Me
all?
too, Pine.
She's a great person if you know her. I was so mad because all they wanted was the smear. They wanted the smear. They didn't care about the damage. They just wanted me to shut up. Well,
smear. The only thing that's smeared are your little skid marks.
guess what? I'm not shutting up.
Oh,
I'm not shutting up.
We've noticed.
I don't like being in jail. I don't want to go back to jail. But if fighting for my rights requires me another trip or two to that jail, by God, I'm going. Because one thing you don't screw with is somebody's constitutional rights. And that's exactly what they did. And this detective knew these people were lying. Because she's a detective. She has access to my account. She could have previewed it. She should have asked them for all the information that they had, all the videos of these threats. And she didn't. Or she willfully didn't care. And only wanted to help them shut me up. Either way, they broke the law, not Bullhorn Betty. No matter how you look at this. They broke the law. All the people involved broke the law.
Okay.
So, how much confidence does my audience have? From day one, it was weird how the locals have said, leave the parents alone, don't talk to the parents. From out the gate, Chris was trying to make sure that cameras did not point at his house.
Chris.
When you have a missing child, I have never, and we've covered a lot of missing children. I don't know how many children we have covered over these years, but we've covered a lot. Maybe not as in-depth as this, but we've covered a lot of missing children. A lot. A lot. And I have never, this is the first experience I have ever heard a parent saying, get those cameras off my home. Not wanting.
Oh, really? I don't think that all the people appreciated your cameras in Don Wells' work site.
To talk to media. Not wanting to beg for the return of their child, not being out there in front of a camera with the picture of their child saying, my child is missing, he's got to be around here somewhere, please check everything, we really need your help. None of that. They went dark for 8 days until the case turned and started leaning to a different realm other than he walked out the door. Meanwhile, law enforcement, I don't think is stupid because they've had murder investigations in their county and they know a liar when they see one. I don't believe he's that convincing because he didn't convince me. And if he convinced some detectives, or they convinced some detectives, I would have to be very curious about the mindset of the detectives on this case.
Oh,
because
you're going
it's awfully
to
funny that former FBI agents can see through it. Former homicide detectives can see through it, but somehow Sumner County Sheriff cannot. And but they don't understand freedom of speech, freedom of press, constitutional rights like open carry, or how to apply the law equally to its citizens. Pretty horrible PR for Sumner County that has a very large public interest missing person case, a missing.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put together a little compilation of Tony's stupendous PR work since he started this case. So I'm going to make a video, a how-to on PR, and we're going to have Betty and Tony guide us through this video. Won't that be fun? That'll be a fun video. Tony's PR instruction video.
Child, a 15-year-old autistic boy. It doesn't even feel like they put this much effort into him, at least recently. Maybe they have nothing better to do but twiddle their thumbs and watch Bullhorn Betty's show.
And
maybe that's the case. Maybe they just have to tune in right? They just have to tune in. Nobody's required to watch, by the way. I mean, just in case you don't know. This is a channel. You can scroll up.
This is not going to last long, Betty, because you're going to be probably terminated within the next month or two. So we're getting it all in while we can.
Delete. You can prevent me from ever seeing my face again, right? Prevent me from ever seeing my face again. But what you can't do is you can't tell me to shut up on my own damn channel about a public case with this much interest in it. That's the one thing you can't do. Now, people may say I'm obnoxious, and no, I'm confident in the law.
God, Lord.
And I'm confident the minute I was arrested that it was a violation of my constitutional rights. Confident. Confident so much so that I called the detective and the sheriff out on it. So confident. This is clear. This is not even, middle of the road. Could it be? Could it not be? This is so freaking clear on its face that they willfully violated somebody's constitutional rights to literally try to silence them because they didn't like the commentary. That's a big old no. Big old fat no. And then proceeded to plaster me all over the news, all over social media, causing me major reputational damage when I've committed no crimes. How? I just want to know how Sumner County is planning on fixing that.
For dum-dums.
Because I'm going to demand them fix this, and I don't see how they can.
Grease.
I don't know how they can possibly fix the damage they've caused me. Never mind the 19 hours I was in jail with a degenerate disc disease, DDD.
DDD. That's your bra size, bitch. DDD. Thank you. DDD. So now she's going to say that she was abused in the Sumner County Jail. She's got bruises. She was forced to sleep with no blanket, no pillow.
Guys, I'm eating junk and watching rubbish. You better come out and stop me.
Scoliosis, neck surgery, C5, C6, discectomy infusion on hard concrete for 19 hours. They wouldn't give me a mat. They wouldn't give me a pillow. They wouldn't even give me a blanket when it was 55 degrees in there. I was freezing and in a lot of pain.
Wah. Wah. We feel so sorry for you. You were waiting to be transferred to the next thing. Maybe you should think about that. Next time you get out of your car and stop traffic in the middle of the road and bum rush some dude with threats. This is your own fault. You put yourself there.
Fuck directly off.
It's well documented. The officer bruised my wrist transporting me. I deserve that for not committing one crime in their community. This is a horrible PR disaster for Sumner County.
For Seth.
And I hope to God
it's a horrible PR disaster for Seth. When she said the S, she was correct.
Organizations, maybe this is something that y'all can do. Start blowing up those news organizations' phones and asking them why are.
I'm sorry that your cuffs weren't as cozy as the little feathered ones that you and Seff use, or that you fantasize about using with Stefan Stearns, the most disgusting pedo on the planet. They're not as soft as your little feathery fucking weirdo play toys.
Are they willfully burying a major story of corruption in their county? Call Channel 4. Call Channel 17. Call Stacey Cameron from Channel 4 Nashville.
Why is she throwing...
Stacey Cameron, Channel 4 Nashville. What? An investigative journalist, not like Nick Barris.
Team Seth hates Nick Barris. And I love it. So we went over this yesterday. Nick Barris. I absolutely love Nick Barris. I am Nick Barris's #1 fan. I am Eric Craddock's #1 fan. Right here, Jay is for Justice. I love both of these men. Nick Barris is an award-winning reporter. They hate Nick so much. So Nick put out the flashlight video. Seth is triggered. by the flashlight video. Why is he triggered by the flashlight video so much? Triggered. He hates anyone who talks about the flashlight video being anything other than some kind of trash truck or a vehicle that looks like an SUV like the Bowersox. I agree, Cricket. Yummy. If Betty doesn't like it, right, it's always the opposite. Little Skid Row didn't like jail. No, the reward from the FBI is the same, Amy. It's 50, up to 50. And then a guy named Nick the Hat. He's on YouTube and X and Facebook, I believe. He's a journalist, independent journalist. He put up $25K of his own money in addition. But the FBI is going to keep their things separate. You know what I mean? He just added. Why does Seth stand by the trash truck report? There was no report from investigators. They never said it was a trash truck. They won't say what it is. Seth is the only one that says it's a trash truck. Well, Chris did too. Chris convinced Gray Hughes that it was a trash truck. So I'm wondering why Chris and Seth both have the motive to convince the people that that was a trash truck. That's weird to me.
From what I hear.
No, Kathy. Dog the Bounty Hunter retweeted Nick's tweet. So Nick tweeted it, and then Dog the Bounty Hunter retweeted it to his audience.
Snake Barris.
Snake Barris.
It's very frustrating. And all I've ever wanted was to do right in this case, follow the leads where they take me, give you guys perspectives of the nighttime view and the daytime view, everything that I have done from every single case I've ever covered. We've always driven around. We've always went from one location to the other. We've always been in front of the homes because that's the ground zero. We've always made sure we were on public property, not private property. We know the setbacks, we know the easements, and these people are they don't understand when they have a county easement on a property, whether or not it's utilized by private services or not. When you have a county easement, that county easement is owned by the county, okay? It is still required to be maintained by the property owner, but that area is designated for the county, i.e., it's owned by the people. It's very challengeable. But see, they're not utilizing. What they did is they told law enforcement that...
Seth said that that the trash truck came by at like 5 a.m. And he said that the cameras were stuck at 3:11. Nick Barris said the footage was from around 3:10 a.m.
I have a gun that I'm threatening to use against them to unalive them. And then I'm driving up and down their house. You guys know that that's not true. They lied. And they threw me in jail. Not only that, but this detective knew they were lying. She knew they were lying. It's very easy to type Bullhorn Betty in and go check out my channel. And you know what? If they had these allegations of me threatening them, why didn't they turn them over to her and let her know where the video was? And if she didn't see the video, then why in the world would she listen to them? Because they even stayed in there. It's said on my show. It's said on my show. It's live streamed on my show. Very easy to confirm and corroborate. Very simple. Hell, even all the hate channels, the hundreds and hundreds of haters of Bullhorn Betty can't produce one video to Megan Fox to show me breaking the law.
Megan Fox?
Or threatening violence. Can't even do it.
Why would any of us need to prove anything to Megan Fox? None of us even knew who she was before yesterday. Why do we need to prove anything to her? Like she's some fucking authority. Get the fuck out of here.
She said, we came home, we planted flowers on the side of the house.
Good. All the hundreds of people running their mouth on these platforms telling people that I'm a criminal and I need to be in jail and I harass people.
We just went over that last night. You are a criminal. You have backhanded many men. You have trespassed where you're not welcome. You've had 3 different men call 911 on your ass because they were scared of you. You are a criminal.
Can't produce one video in support to a legitimate investigative reporter that covers First Amendment rights and the law. Not one. Out of 3 years, they can't produce her one. They've tried to produce her videos, but the videos that they produced her, again, not committing a crime. All above board, all within my constitutional rights. Never broke a law.
Thank you, Kay.
It's pretty sad. But they can't produce one video. Not one. They've had several days, and you know they were blowing her up. You know they were blowing her up
chat.
with a bunch of clip videos. And she's like, she didn't commit a crime. I've been telling these yahoos they have no idea what the law says or how to even interpret it. They have no idea what the elements of harassment require. They don't understand that when you...
Someone in her chat, Elser, says, I saw Megan in a new movie called Subservience. She looks great for her age. They think it's the actress Megan Fox. And I think that's why that lady uses that name or something.
You're protesting, it's not harassment. It's peaceful assembly. It doesn't mean it's quiet assembly. There is nothing in the Constitution that says we have to stand there in silence. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite.
I agree, Cricket.
So people have been angry with Bullhorn Betty for 3 years because they think I'm a criminal and I broke the law. Well, you know, we're about to show that what I do is not crimes. They're legitimate, they're above board, and they're protected by law. Which is what I've maintained for the last 3 years, why these people tore my life completely apart and completely down, and now had a stupid-ass
Honey Wheels.
hillbilly
You're right.
sheriff arrest me for no crimes. I have never seen this crap in my life. I've heard about it, you know, but I've never experienced it for myself until I went to Sumner County, Tennessee, where they don't like following Tennessee law and arrest people.
Someone said Megan Fox or Megan Kelley.
Unlawfully, and detain them unlawfully because it was an unlawful arrest. It was an unlawful arrest even with the protective orders in place. It was all BS. Megan Fox or Megan Kelley? Megan Fox. Megan Fox. How do you know I'm watching her stream? She did good. She did good. And you heard some of the haters. You guys know who the haters and arguing with her. And she's like, well, send it to me. If she's done these things, I'll be right on there. Send it to me. Show me. Everybody just watches me online. So everything that they say I do should...
They sought this chick out. Her and Tony sought this chick out. This chick didn't come to her.
be very easy to find. Very easy to find.
She's live right now. Is she really? My God, this happens every time we're live. Every time. Or are you? Oh, yes, she is. What's cooking?
Life as an investigative journalist, and they think that that's stalking and harassing.
She's frying something up. Betty's frying up the fucking bacon.
I literally can't fix the stupidity on here. I just can't. Like, I wish people would go to the criminal code, find out the legal definition of all these things. It would be quite interesting to see how this goes. I don't know what happened. I'm waiting to hear from my attorney. I'm hoping that I get to hear from him, you know, a little later today. I'd like to get an update, but we'll see how everything's going. Hi, guys. It's nice to see you. We're not doing a whole lot today. We're talking about true crime while we cook Salisbury steak. I've already got the potatoes cut up, and of course they're already on.
Salisbury steak.
White. My potatoes are white potatoes. How you keep your potatoes from turning color, for those that don't know, is you peel them, you have a bucket of water or a pot of water, and you cut them and put them right in the pot of water. You don't allow them to get too much oxygen, which changes the color of the potato to orange, yellow, even sometimes brown. So
what kind of apron
you want
is
to get those in the water as quickly as possible. Emma, it's nice to see you. Karma's mom, it's nice to see you. The real me too. Rebecca Collier, Stephanie, Crystal Pistol, it's nice to see you. Sandy, Karma, SRK, thank you. Tara, True Crime Addict, Lisa B, always nice to see you, my love. Angel Mom,
There's
Phil,
that high-pitched voice like True Crime Buzz uses.
Salty but sweet. Not steak, hamburger. You can't make Salisbury steak with, you can use cubes. I don't like cube steak. I'd rather have hamburgers than beefsteak. Sometimes
You hear that,
beefsteak,
Tony?
in my opinion, comes out tough because they use a crap piece of meat.
You hear that, Tony?
And I think sometimes it comes out a little too tough. I like burger. I like burger personally.
Oh, the real me too is Karen. That's right.
Stuff. I get kind of the middle of the road stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get.
She can't block me from watching on YouTube. This isn't Tic Tac.
Said it, but it doesn't really. There we go. It doesn't really matter, you know. I don't want to put the lid on. I never put the lid on when I'm trying to do the meat because it'll cook the meat on the top when I don't want it to cook the meat on the top just yet. So I don't put the lid on it until I start cooking down the garlic and onions and all that good stuff. Now, if you don't like onions, don't like the taste of onions, have somebody in the household that hates onions. I still recommend you cutting an onion in half and sticking it in there for flavoring. You can scoop the big pieces out when you're done, and because the onion, it makes it more savory. It just does. Trust me on this. Even if you hate onion, you're going to want to cook the onion. You just don't want to eat the onion, okay? If you don't like onion. Maui girl, it's nice to see you. We are cooking Salisbury.
Uh-oh. What happened to her audio? Is someone calling her? Is it Tony? Someone called her. Jay's streaming you. Jay has 800 people in her live and she's streaming you. I bet you. Someone called her ass. Jay's streaming you right now. Call her husband. We'll wait for her to come back. We'll go back to the other one.
In my opinion. Well, I was arrested but it was a warrant from Sumner. I was arrested in Montgomery. They waited until, and this is how crappy the parents are, right? The mom and the stepfather and the team that they're working, the 3 teams that they're working with on YouTube, right? They wanted to ruin Sebastian's prayer vigil. They made sure that this was all coordinated with the help of a detective that I now question in every major case she's covered. With the help of her, made sure that they strategically did this so it was done at Sebastian's rescue ride. So the parents could piss on the boy just a little bit more. Right? You can't even.
Oh, see. She thinks if she doesn't say their names, it's not a violation. She's talking about Sebastian and just said his parents. This woman, you are so fucking gross, Betty. You are so damn gross. How dare you? How dare you put yourself in the middle of this case and talk like that? You're the lowest of the low.
Major case she's covered. With the help of her, made sure that they strategically did this so it was done at Sebastian's rescue ride.
Oh, do you see she didn't really want to say Sebastian? Did you see how she kind of hesitated? Because she's not supposed to talk about him. She's not supposed to talk about him. This bitch is going to do time, y'all. I put it on normal speed. Listen.
With the help of a detective that I now question in every major case she's covered. With the help of her, made sure that they strategically did this so it was done at Sebastian's rescue ride. So the parents could piss on the boy just a little bit more. Right? You can't even let him have a rescue ride.
Hate you, I hate
this
you,
is how
you,
evil
fuck you.
And disconnected his own mother and stepfather are.
I just remembered what I was going to tell you guys later or earlier. That I can't see Seth or Tony in the chat because they have me blocked. I can't see Seth or Tony chatting because they both have me blocked. I mean, what the hell? Why would they need to block me on YouTube. You're blocked too, Cricket?
I'm sexy and I know it. I work out.
I feel privileged. I can't see him anywhere. No.
What parents sit on their butt and do absolutely nothing for months?
Chris.
What parents within 2 weeks of the peak of...
Okay, listen, guys. Put a 1 in chat if you've been blocked by Seff and Tony.
Of the investigation, the search, hundreds of searchers out there, and they get in their camper and leave the state. What type of parents do this? Right? What type of parents do this? And then at one vigil,
she's still
decide to
buffering.
scream at Seff at his truck and leave and go shopping for motorcycles, and then complain that they didn't get the certificate for their award for their son when 2 of them were printed. They should have been there. They chose not to. That was vigil 1, right?
If you can't see him in chat, they blocked you.
Now this vigil, they made sure, with the help of their criminal YouTubers, crash something that they knew they were not invited to.
Wait.
While they set...
What criminal YouTubers crashed the ride? Am I missing something? You're the one that crashed the rescue run by getting arrested because you can't follow simple rules and laws.
Bullhorn Betty up for an arrest and made sure the cameras were on me for the takedown of this unlawful arrest.
Oh, Lord.
That is...
I don't know.
These
I don't
are the
watch
people
Brittany.
that say I'm harassing them, and they got their people stalking me everywhere I go. We got Chris on a podcast telling people where I'm located. We got Chris on another podcast, same podcaster, different time.
Huh?
Stating he's going to run me over.
Where did Chris ever say that? I don't think I've ever heard Chris even say your fucking name. What in the world are you talking about?
Then we have his stepfather showing up where I was just pulled over by... How did he know what my car looked like? How did he know where I'd be?
These are violations.
What would entice him to get behind my car and take my picture of my license plate? So where is the harassment coming from me when we have all of this online coming from them? And they did this on Sebastian's prayer vigil where we had a huge turnout.
No, you didn't. How many people were there? She's still buffering over here. Look. Wait, look. J for J is watching and making fun of everything you do. This is nuts. Patricia Minks. I knew they would say that. Let the haters be haters. There is a thing called karma. Nope, we're just calling out the shysters, the liars. You know, I always thought she had dimples. I didn't realize those were craters. That is really disturbing.
This was done by his mom and stepfather.
Tattletales.
Right? Why? You got to start asking yourself why. Law enforcement needs to come to Jesus and ask themselves, why in the hell would they get in bed with these people? Because that's what they did. These people that have had CPS in their home, the same parents that allowed this child to be SA'd, abused, stuffed in his room at night.
Oh, okay, Andy.
Always in trouble. When he doesn't do right, he's got to bag up and throw away all of his toys. Pretty barbaric, if you ask me.
What?
Pretty barbaric.
Barbaric?
And then those same people now have that same child missing from their home and can't explain how or why. I have problems. I have major problems with the law enforcement out there in the community. I have major problems with the mom and the stepfather and his family. Here's why I believe the family knows something. This is why. Because immediately grandma and grandpa, step grandma and grandpa,
oh
leave.
boy.
That is very weird and problematic behavior for
Oh my God. Oh man, y'all. This is getting difficult to watch. I mean, how far is she going to dig herself?
Somebody like me. Leave. Then you have Chris and Katie. Leave. None of the family, none of the other family came out to help. Not the cousins, not the aunts and uncles. Remember, Katie said during the summer he likes going over to a family member's house swimming. We've learned that that's either little D or big D, right? The Guy family, right? Second generation construction, Guy family. So why weren't they out there? Why didn't second generation construction pony up some money for this child that comes over every summer to swim in his pool?
All right, I'm about to make a prediction. Are you guys ready for this?
I think you've got a Ouija board down your pants. You're going to pull that out.
She just mentioned second generation construction. Second generation construction is owned by Kathy Bowersox's brother. Now, this is the second thing that this man has been drug into with this case. We had Turlin's kin out there saying that Danny Guy's computer was seized and alluded to some accusations along with that. Who thinks that there may be more ROs coming? Because Danny has a family. Danny has a wife, a daughter, and a business. Now she's throwing out his business name, going after people's livelihoods. Danny Guy is Kathy Bowersox's brother, Chris's uncle. Danny Guy owns Second Generation Construction. Now she's involving his company. After the whole family has an RO on her, who thinks he's next? Get her, Danny. Get her.
Katie said during the summer he likes going over to a family member's house swimming. We've learned that that's either little D or big D, right? The Guy family.
See that? Little D or big D? They're both Dannys. There's the older Danny and the younger Danny. Yep. It's crystal ball time with Jay.
I think you've got a Ouija board down your pants. You're going to pull that out.
And Danny Guy Jr. allegedly went to school with Terry Lynn. She allegedly knows him. She fucking knows everybody. Anybody that Terry Lynn knows and talks to, I don't trust it. Binocular Bobby, don't trust it. Don't trust it one iota.
Right? Second generation construction, Guy family. So why weren't they out there? Why didn't second generation construction pony up some money for this child that comes over every summer to swim in his pool? Why didn't he take the day off or give his workers a day off to help and aid in the search of his missing nephew? Why didn't anybody from that family help? And the people that did help were met with harassment, bodily injury, and arrest for just trying to help and bring awareness to this case. Whether you like my commentary or not, it doesn't matter. I'm allowed to have my commentary. This is America. This is not a third world country, and we do not live in China.
Maybe you should go live in China. I don't think they'd even like you. But yeah, free speech is not free. Free speech doesn't give you the freedom to harass, stalk, defame people. Yeah, I think the Bowersox Proudfoot families are smart enough to know to protect themselves. And I just have a feeling we're going to see some more ROs. Sorry, they're weed whipping.
Why did nobody help? Nobody from their family. Nobody.
She doesn't know
not
what
the
they
aunts,
did.
Not the cousins, not the mommy, not the stepdaddy, not grandparents. Nobody. And they want to shut my voice down.
Bob H says YouTube pulled her plug. She's still buffering over here.
Seems like they did a bang-up job about that, huh? One thing I will do is when I know I'm right, I'm right.
Look at Eeyore Blues was just in our
I'm not about to
chat.
kiss these people's ass that just violated my rights and threw me in jail. They can kiss this ass. Play this for the judge. You violated my rights. Do you think I'm a happy camper? You got a 15-year-old boy to be worrying about, and you're throwing a journalist in jail. Enough's enough. So we'll see how everything goes. You know, it looks like we're going to be in court. I will be there. People wanted to know. I told people when I don't lie to my audience, which everybody keeps saying, oh, she's lying. She's got something up her sleeve. The only time I don't lie to my audience. I just sneak around and do stuff. That's all. Like I'll be here talking 1 minute, next minute you guys all go live, and I'm in Tennessee, or Mississippi, or Utah, right? Just to keep the hate channels, you know, because they don't need to watch what I'm doing. They're stalking me. So I have to try to work within the means that I have to work within. But I can tell.
Now she's claiming she's being stalked. No, that story's not true. It came from Terry Lynn. Terry Lynn also said that Danny Guy had a computer seized and that there was bad stuff on his computer. These people are going to get in a lot of trouble. They have said a lot of defamatory things about these people. Terry Lynn's can
tell you that this is going to be a great case. Every time that law enforcement decides to mess with me, I'm just going to bring them back to this case and tell them why they want to stay. You know, they would want me just to go ahead and get my job done and get out of their way. Don't interfere with my work. You know, I have a right to be here. I have a right to work. I have a right to do the job that I'm doing, and they do not have a right to harass me over it. I never read those statements.
Did she not come back?
I never read the statements on how they got the POs. I've never read them. I didn't. It wasn't until Megan read them, and I'm like,
she never read the statements in the ROs. You are such a liar. You are the biggest lying piece of shit I've ever met.
Because you're a liar.
No, SS. Rode hard, hung up wet. Rode hard, hung up wet. So did she not come back? Because I'm still stuck on this. Oh, it finally ended. It finally ended. She only lasted 20 minutes ago. Someone said, the real me, can you call her? The power of a jammer is real. Bobby Brutzman's school has been back in session here since, I don't know who, is that Binocular Bobby? I mean, she's not even in the chat. Her moderators are not like advising anyone like, oh, she'll be back in a second. Here's Sonia, and she's just still saying hi to people. The live just ended. Let's see what Sonia says. Is it Binocular Bobby? Well, I'm just wondering, like, where did she go? And she's not even in the chat. Like, I'll be right back, guys. I thought that was pretty interesting timing that we started streaming her and then her live ended. See, there's another Karen in her chat too. Karen Powers.
Like this is so easily provable right here. It's insane. And for a 20-year detective to make such a
oh, did she, Lisa?
Just doesn't bode well in my world. I call BS on that.
It's probably her lawyer. Oh, I wonder if that's her lawyer calling her. I wonder if it was her lawyer, because she said she was going to talk to her lawyer today.
But I think everybody under the sun knows my rights were violated. I think no matter how much damage control Sumner County Sheriff is going to do, or the DA, or the courts, it's not going to matter. It's all going to come out in the wash. We are planning on doing whatever we need to do, lawfully wise, to make people, if they make us go to appeals court, that's exactly where we're going to go. I can tell you that, because if we can't get a fair shake in Sumner County with the judges, it's going to a higher court, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
It's going to a higher court, she says. SS, her channel will be gone in a couple weeks tops. Once she loses this case, they will send all 4 ROs to YouTube, and she's done for.
Definitely going to a higher court. They will not violate my rights.
Creek Town.
Like I said, I was hoping that the DA would just do the right thing and drop the charges because they know they're bunk charges. But they won't. They're going to have a court force them to drop the charges,
Someone
which is
said,
a damn shame.
So
because it
glad
shows me about the
Megan
integrity
picked
of the
this
DA's
up.
office. Just saying. Just saying. So we will see what Betty is fighting for all you. Not just all YouTubers, you know. Well, I am. Even the shit channels. But at the end of the day, if it can happen to me, which it's the shit channels that concocted this, right? They put the idea in Kirsten Katie's head.
Oh,
and they
geez.
executed it. And then they supported it by phone banking and trolling law enforcement in the DA's office. Hundreds and hundreds of calls. Hundreds and hundreds of calls, guys. As if law enforcement doesn't have enough on their plate. They think their YouTube petty bullshit is something law enforcement needs to deal with. This is how childish this has gotten. This is how dangerous these channels have gotten. They've been stalking me. It is the responsibility of the people on this app to demand its safety. And when you're just as complicit as these criminals are, you're no better than them.
Creek Town, dude.
You don't have to like me, but you don't get to violate law.
Neither do you.
And that's what's happened. You know what? Maybe I will. Whoever can. Why don't you guys start reaching out to Nancy Grace, right? Start reaching out to Court TV. Start reaching out to News Nation. That might help.
Someone in her chat said, I wish Kendra DeMello. I wish Nancy Grace heard about all this drama and what they did to Bullhorn Betty. She says, reach out to Nancy Grace. Oh, okay. Hey, Lisa.
Get some more national attention on this. I'm going to be doing this stuff behind the scenes with my contacts to get this spread out. But,
Karen wants to know if they're having solar flares.
That's what it's going to take. We're going to need cameras. I'll tell you that right now. We're going to need cameras in that courtroom because I don't trust this. I don't trust the system. I don't trust the system. It's easy to violate somebody's rights behind closed doors. It's much harder to violate somebody's rights with a whole bunch of cameras looking at you.
She was only live for 5 minutes.
So there is that. Why are you going to court? I'm going to court because I was unlawfully arrested.
Megan is not a lawyer, Lisa M. Her lawyer is some guy. It's Frizzell and Frizzell. They were named after her hair. Frizzell and Frizzell is her lawyers. Megan is not a lawyer. Not a lawyer just because she hangs out on YouTube, whatever, LawTube, which I watched one of those LawTubers last night. What a sick fucker. I was disgusted. He was talking about a woman's pubic mound and if she was shaved or had a racing stripe or landing strip, whatever the fuck they call it. I was appalled. Legal Mindset, I think his name was. I was like, gross. Legal Mindset. And he also is like a fan of anime. And I was grossed the fuck out when he talked about a pubic mound. He was going over Rakita Law's stuff. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if she had a pubic mound or if she had a bush or a landing strip. I was like, fucking gross. Ew. Take him in his anime, and he lives in Korea. He's probably wanted here. Blech.
By Sumner County, they seem to have more interest in me than a 15-year-old boy that's been missing from their community for 6 months. I don't get it. Seems like misguided priorities, if you ask me.
Ministry.
I was shocked when Megan revealed the lies they told you. Yeah. And we all know they're lies. And I said,
hey, guess what, Danny? One of my sisters is a cop. One of my sisters is a forensic psychologist. And my other sister is a lawyer. And my brother is a forensic investigator. So I can handle anything that is thrown at me here on the tubes.
In the very beginning. I'm really disappointed in the local media. This was a huge story. This is a huge story during an election time, and they're trying to shovel it under the rug. I don't trust local media. Your investigative journalist,
she doesn't trust local media.
He didn't do shit. I mean, if this shows how much investigative work how he can do his investigative, then he should. Let's be honest. He's garbage. If they can't do investigative work or there's some kind of silenced, how is that freedom of the press? They care more about their jobs than their duties. I care more about my duties than my job. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. I'm a little ruffled under the feathers over this, but this is a major PR fail for Sumner County. Where the hell is Sebastian Rogers? Sumner County. Where is Sebastian? It seems to me, Sumner County, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, seems like I got a lot of stalkers even from that county. Why aren't you worried about a 15-year-old boy and you're putting this much time and energy into a journalist? Please explain that to me, because we still have a missing boy in that community. And I know that despite your lack of effort, there's going to be on September 14th, major search efforts being kicked off by Terry Lynn out there in the woods to help search for Sebastian. I would give you guys a handful of flyers, but it seems like his family, the family he lived with and their parents seem to not like the flyers. They like to tear them off the poles.
Dude.
They don't like advocating for their missing family member. It seems awfully funny, right? We have all of these negative red flag checks, and we can't seem to get Sumner County to be able to connect the dots. But hey, let's go arrest unlawfully the journalist that's pointing all these things out. Seems pretty bad for them. PR nightmare. We need Seth cleared. Seth Rogers deserves to be cleared. Why? Because he had nothing to do with this. And now people are trying to do damage control and try to put the focus on Seth because of hurt feelings. Allowing guilty, but how do you call yourself investigative reporter?
Oh my God. Sorry, I had to get up and get a drink.
Why
are there no flyers in Clarksville? Are there no flyers in Clarksville? Do you live there? Wow. I'd like to know that.
You can't seem to have a thought of your own, an opinion of your own. I have never heard that journalists are not allowed to have opinions of facts of a case. Never heard that before. Oh, well, they can't have an opinion. Who said the journalists can't have an opinion? I have an opinion. I cover the case. I don't let law enforcement bully me into submission.
Yeah, I don't like that there's no flyers.
I don't have to bow down to them. I'm allowed to speak freely in the United States of America. I'm allowed to have my thoughts, my opinions, my criticism, and I'm allowed to investigate a public story case. I'm allowed to investigate any story, whether it is national news or local news. However I see fit, not how my government sees fit.
Oh boy. I see so many problems. This is, you guys, I feel SS. Are you with me on this one? I feel like this is just the beginning. I don't know why. I can't explain it. She dirty deleted what? That last live? Is that what you're talking about? Let me see. Which one did she dirty delete? Those, my friends, are the eyes of a lunatic. Those are the eyes of a lunatic. I just feel like this is just the beginning. Like, this is going to get really, really dirty. Like, I think that we're going to sit back and we're going to be like, I had no idea. I could have never imagined. Like, that we're going to be saying things like that. Like, God, we thought that, she'd do time and act this way, but God, we never could have imagined. Like, I just feel like this has not escalated to its full potential. She deleted everything after the onion comment. Maybe that's just when she lost her connection. I don't know.
So the government has some explaining to do, not bullhorn Betty.
Oh
so I
God.
hope that they explain why they willfully violated my rights and unlawfully arrested me. Maybe you can help me out there, Lisa Byington. I'd like to know. Because I'd like to see the threat. So far in your affidavit, I haven't seen one threat of violence that I have committed, ever. So, and then the only thing that they're still silent. They won't talk, right? It took them days to even thank the FBI for a $50,000 reward, and they kicked a reporter off their front lawn for asking them if they had any comment about it, and they said no comment and slammed the door in the lady's face.
She's live again. Hang on. Fuck, man. I don't see her live. Why do y'all say she live when she ain't live? It's kind of dumb. Only takes me 2 seconds to check. If you're trying to throw me off.
They think they're going to bow up and say, oh, you can't be on my property. Well, that's lawful. I can come knock on your door. I ain't going to knock on your door. I never even wanted to knock on their door, right?
Wow.
If I wanted to knock on their door, I would have.
Is she saying that she'll go knock on their door?
Talk, right? It took them days to even thank the FBI for a $50,000 reward, and they kicked a reporter off their front lawn for asking them if they had any comment about it, and they said no comment and slammed the door in the lady's face. They think they're going to bow up and say, oh, you can't be on my property. well, that's lawful. I can come knock on your door. I can knock on your door.
Where's her dog?
I never even wanted to knock on their door, right? If I wanted to knock on their door, I would have. It would have been in my right to do.
Yeah, we say that too, Gene. I called Turlin that.
So it's sad that parents can act like this in a missing child, and anybody that questioned it may go to jail. That's some scary stuff. Again, PR nightmare. PR nightmare in Sumner County, Tennessee. How many people believe that Seff has nothing to do with his son's disappearance? 1, if you don't believe he had anything to do with it. 2, if you're on the fence. 3, he's guilty.
Look at all the ones in our chat.
Doesn't seem like we have too many people on the fence. Michelle, as I say that. So we got a couple. Thank you for being honest, by the way. Thank you for being honest. So the majority of the group thinks nothing. We've got about 4. We got 1 person that thinks he's guilty of sin. So 2 people. So we've got 4 people that are on the fence, 2 people that believe he's guilty of sin, and the majority of, we got 5 people that believe he's on the fence, and the majority of the people believe, 6 people, majority of the people believe he's innocent. Okay? And that probably is about, that's good. Oh, Kevin says he's doing 2 because it's the first time he's heard about the case. Well, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate, bean feathers. Look at you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to see you, my love. Okay, well, let me give you some explanation for the people that don't know about this case. This is kind of it in a nutshell, okay? You're going to want to do your own research. You can go back. I have a whole playlist. You can start from the beginning. And, well, Stepha's walking in late. Hey, my beautiful coffee bean. So this is the kid. The kid is Sebastian Rogers. He's 15 years old. He's a high-functioning autistic boy. And he was home alone, according to everything that we've heard, home alone with his mother. His stepfather was 3.5 hours away. But here's the kicker. The mom, the stepfather, and the grandparents' alibis are they were sleeping, okay? Seth Rogers, which is the boy's biological father, he is very much involved in his son's life. He wants his son. He wanted his son full time.
Did he?
Prior to this, he was supposed to be getting his son full time after the summer, and that was because the stepfather approached him and said, "My marriage is in the crapper. Your son's causing marital problems in my household. I want to get custody of my daughter, and I don't want your child around him. So I want you to take him and have him live with you full time." And Seth said, "Okay."
Seth said.
Seth was at work.
Well, you know what? You know what Seth also said, bitch? Seth also said, I was going to take my son last year, but, I gave him a year to get his act together. Sounded to me like it was a fucking punishment. Gave him a whole year before he had to go live in that mess, right? A whole year to straighten up.
The midnight, whatever shift to whatever shift. But he doesn't get off. He's there throughout the night and in the morning. And I think he gets off around 6 or 6:30.
Okay, then why did Tony say he was sleeping in his truck? Why did Turlin say he was missing off camera from 3 to 5? I can do subscribers only and members only. I can do both of those. Why?
Oh, thank you, Emily. God bless you. 6 or 6:30, and he's out by, I don't know. Don't have me concrete on the exact time he leaves. But the bottom line is he's leaving early in the morning around 6 or 7 o'clock. Between 6 and 7, he's leaving his work.
It's
so
on
he
subscribers.
works at the Davison County Jail. He's a deputy sheriff that works inside the jail. And so he was on camera. They have his key card when he arrived at work. They got his key card when he left work. And that day it was very strange because Chris nor Katie called his work. It appears that he either got a text message or a voicemail from Chris. And when he called him back, he says, "Please don't be mad, but your son is missing." Those were his words.
Okay, so let me just tell you something. She has it set on subscribers for 5 days. I have it set on subscribers for 5 minutes. Okay? That's how scared she is and how much she can't handle. And all of her confidence, she can't handle comments. So she puts them on for 5 days. Right? Mine's 5 minutes. I ain't scared of you and your fucking minions. Come on in. Come on in. Like JLR says, come on in. Come on in.
He's not familiar to the area. He has only been there. I don't know how long Seth has been there, but he hasn't been there too awfully long. He doesn't really know people. If you meet Seth, he's kind of a homebody. He doesn't really do anything unless his son's there. And when his son's there, they go fishing. They do stuff together. He enjoys being around his son. He enjoys teaching his son. He has disabilities, some disabilities similar to his son. So he tries to teach his son the way he was taught, so he understood how to live life, and he had a very special connection with his son. Even the mom and the stepfather can't deny it. They said he was the biggest rooter from the sidelines. So a lot of hate on these channels are being pointed at Seff because he was working with a team that wasn't working properly with him, and he fired them. Well, he fired people that had pretty large channels and a pretty large team, and those teams went to work overtime in smearing him on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. He was the only one out there searching for his son, physically out there searching for his son, almost to the point of injury, and actually had to have surgery on his neck. Or shoulders, I'm pretty sure it was neck surgery. Had to have
SS, I would love to do that. Let's do a panel discussion. I would love to have you up. We have to do that for sure.
Surgery on his neck because of the work, because of him working, trying to find a son. He has not stopped trying to find a son. The step parent, the mom and stepfather, have failed to help, have failed to search, have decided to go out to eating barbecue when people were asking them to come out and help them search. They basically said no.
Oh, so they can't eat dinner? Wouldn't it be great to have SS on panel? I would love it. She's going live again. Maybe she talked to her lawyer. She's live. It says, clear Seth Rogers cooking with Betty.
Salisbury steak right on top with a little bit of gravy, and I use onions and mushrooms. So if you don't like onions and mushrooms, it's going to look disgusting to you.
See, subscribers of 5 days or longer.
There it is, right there. Salisbury steaks. That's why I use hamburger. The hamburger is much easier. Palatable wise. Give me a second, guys. And of course we have our under-eater table, catch if it falls situation. if it falls, right? So,
Robin, this is live right now.
So we have food. Now, I might.
Blit.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she got bad news. I think she's being fake too. Overly excited.
Taste that. I cooked it, right? Let me check the meat. Good. I'm always concerned when I don't season my meat for a night.
What?
And I've got these new rock salt. And
something happened, dude, because she is not talking about what she was talking about before. Amy, knock it off, dude. Quit spamming my chat.
Peppercorn. So I'm not sure if I season it correctly.
You are
the
a
rock salt and
peppercorn.
So good. So very good. So I hope everybody's having a good day.
I bet you're
We're
not.
keeping the focus on Clear Seth. We're keeping the focus on Sebastian Rogers. Many of you know what case we're talking about. We need to be out there looking. There's a $50,000 reward. Listen, I know that people are saying there's 25 here and 20. Everybody's now coming out with $25,000, right? I heard Dog the Bounty Hunter's proffering $25,000. I heard another content
everyone's watching it here.
I heard that Nick the Hat is doing $25,000. I mean, it's just starting to become ludicrous now.
Oh, now it's ludicrous.
If these are true, legit reward offerings to up the reward, I definitely think that they need to send that money.
I think
over
2020
to the
would,
FBI
Fairy,
and put a condition on it that if it's not spent, if somebody is not found, that they get that money back. That it doesn't stay with the FBI. And then we know that everything's above board. But the stuff that I saw is actually taking the leads away from the law enforcement body and taking it to a private individual, a journalist, okay? Nick the Hat is a journalist. Like I said.
Why is her meat great? That's a personal question.
With this, but he's a journalist. I know he's a journalist because he sold my content, right? He sold my content to TMZ.
What?
So...
what the fuck are you talking? Now you got an issue with him.
I'm very curious because he did that Danilo Cavalcanti escape. He did a lot of different stories, but a lot of political stories. I don't think he really ever did any true crime stories on his platform before he went to jail until Gabby Petito. I think Gabby Petito is one of the first because Jonathan was working for that particular news organization at the time. And of course, I did some.
It is to me too, Rhonda. I don't like doing that.
So I don't want to dog him because again, he's a good guy, but he also has ties with somebody that's not a good guy. And he did just go to jail for, some type of email fraud.
Bath salts.
No, not fraud. Some type of email thing. I don't want people thinking that he's scamming people through the email. It wasn't like that. It was, I think it was manufacturing emails, honestly.
I think the more money that's ponied up, the more
like
worried Team
so
Seth
you kind of
gets.
see where
Don't you
Jonathan got
guys?
that from. It wasn't serious, at least, to the normal person, but
Cocaine.
I can't remember what he was actually charged with, but
Cocaine.
It's cocaine.
to me, seemed really stupid.
143.
But I don't know the details of the case, but I know it had something to do with emails. It wasn't that he was defrauding anybody through the emails. He was just, the emails
The chat is
themselves
not
were
moving,
fraudulent,
literally.
Or he was making, I think he was making emails that appeared to be politicians' emails or something like that, and sending emails from those, basically trolling somebody. So I just wanted to make sure it's a clear picture. I don't want you guys thinking that he's like this huge criminal that's stealing, grandma's pocketbook, It's not like that. But he did go to jail over clerical stuff. But the clerical stuff, in all fairness, is cyber.
Someone asked
That's
if it's
why I
okay to
don't do
lick
things.
their screen because their food
Send
looks so
messages.
good.
I don't do it hardly anything. I like boots on the ground, front, because you can't really do
Trev.
anything when your boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not violating telecommunication laws. You're not violating cyber laws and other things. So I like that. I like that a lot. But I always keep telling people what you're doing online is usually felonies, right? If you're reaching out to people, recording people, you're monitoring their every move. Like you do? I have people follow me online and offline.
Liar.
Like I am being stalked. I've been stalked.
You're
for years,
monitoring Chris's trailer, you
which
criminal.
is really upsetting.
The diet don't help either. Crazy bitch.
Long story short is I'm be very cautious about calling those numbers. I think even though, why don't we do this? We'll say we're very thankful for the reward increase, but maintain, if you have any information, send it over to 1-800-TBI or call your local FBI. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'll say. Because then we don't have to dog people for trying to legitimately help, if that's what it is. I never want to dog anybody that's legitimately trying to help. But I also don't want to redirect leads or major investigative information away from the law enforcement, right? I think that's a bad idea. And you guys, I've said that for a really long time. I don't do it. I think personally it's a bad idea. Law enforcement needs to be. It's not for some third party.
Oh, wait. There's I got breaking news in the Trump camp. Betty might not be happy about this. Just came across my phone that the Trump camp, a judge has just ordered that Donald Trump must stop using the song, Hold On, I'm Coming. Isaac Hayes, the late singer's family, filed a lawsuit alleging that Trump, his campaign, and several of his allies infringed its copyright. So Betty's getting some bad news on the Trump front today. No more, hold on, I'm coming.
To decide whether the lead is legitimate or not. If there's a lead, law enforcement should have that lead. Nobody else, law enforcement. I'm an investigative journalist.
Shut up.
Especially in this case. Not all the time do I do investigative journalistic work on these cases.
So
Some
I'm
might require a
assuming
different tool
that her defense is going to be she's an investigative journalist. That's why she keeps saying it.
And I'm not sure, even with me
Oh,
wanting
wow,
to
I didn't know
a
that,
lot of
Robin.
information, I'm not sure that I want to interfere with the integrity of the investigation, especially if it's somebody else's information. Yeah, I'm back. I stayed on the phone too long. I knew you guys were on there, but I couldn't get off. It was a very important phone call that I had been waiting for pretty much all day. I didn't know if it was going to be today or not, but it was. So I had no choice but to take it. And I've got baby girl watching me eat, but it's hard. I can't give her. I'm gonna have to scrape off the gravy.
Oh my God, I can't, bitch.
She can't have onions. Onions are not good for dogs.
Oh, no.
Garlic, believe it or not, I heard is good for their coat and fleas. She doesn't have fleas. Just I check her religiously. You know, I'm always worried about fleas coming in the house. So I wash her. I wash her about once a week, maybe between once a week and once every 2 weeks is when she gets her bath. And she gets Pantened, right? Because I strip her oils off her hair because I use Dawn. Dawn, you keep on an animal for a few moments and it kills all fleas. I don't know if many people know that. You don't have to buy...
She's washing a puppy with Dawn. Can you imagine how fucking dry that puppy's skin is? It's just a baby.
Expensive dog shampoo, flea shampoo for dogs. Like the
Momming it up, are you going live soon? Because I'll send everybody over to you when I'm done here.
Best thing that has ever worked, I've used it for literally since I was a kid, is Dawn liquid soap. Dawn liquid soap, you put Dawn liquid soap on your dog and you let that soap set on them for 5 minutes, every single one of the fleas will be dead. Dead. Like they're literally floating down the water, dead. I use a couple drops of tea oil.
Dude, why doesn't she take her dog to the vet and get her dog some flea prevention? Has she even taken the puppy at all? Like, has the dog gone to the vet? It is a puppy.
In the shampoo. I don't know what tea oil does. But that's what I use. I've used it because, you know, when we were growing up, we couldn't have dogs in the house. Period. Life is not like it is today. If you had
Oh, so you had dogs chained up outside? Nice.
cats, the cats stayed outside. If you had dogs, the dogs stayed outside.
Oh my God. I hate you.
The dirt in, the bugs in. So.
Hate you, I hate
you.
you.
Does it?
Fuck you, fuck you.
I didn't know it killed. Well, I guess because a lice is kind of like a flea for humans, so I guess it would. I don't even know what a bed bug is. I've heard people have them. I've never had bed bugs. And I'm thankful. And even when I'm in questionable hotels, I won't put my luggage on any fabric. If I'm in a good hotel, I don't mind, but I've never had a problem. The only time, actually the only story of bed bugs, I never even really heard of bed bugs. I thought it was just a joke until my stepdaughter, this was years and years and years ago, she was staying somewhere and maybe it was her mom's, I don't know. No, it wasn't. That's right. She got a new mattress. I remember the story.
Don't tell us this.
Holy
Don't
smokes.
do it. Don't
she got
do
a
it.
new mattress from one of those rental places, you know, rent-to-own places.
Don't
like,
do it.
Like a Buddy Buy Right.
Buddy Buy Right? What the hell is that? Don't do it.
The bed was delivered with bed bugs. That's a problem for me. I don't know how a new mattress can have bed bugs. But I remember she said she put her sheets and her comforter on, and when she got in, she started scratching.
Oh, don't tell us anymore. Stop.
And then she started noticing her brand new comforters, the seams were starting to slip. And that's when she realized that
You don't tell people this. No,
hey,
don't
sweet,
tell
it's
people
nice
this.
to see you. Oh, who's this? Jeff, it's nice to see you. Cool, thanks for the Dawn to Kill Flea soap tip. Keep up the great work, Betty. Yeah. And what I do is I take you can get any, like I just have Pantene, so you can use any.
Chick noodle, I see chick noodle.
Like a leave-on conditioner. One that scents pretty, if you got a pretty dog. Like mine's a girl, so she's gonna have a pretty dog, pretty scent. But they might have one a little more manly leave-in conditioner. So if you got a boy dog, maybe you're gonna want a different scent. A little different scent.
God almighty.
There's a few things, like I'm conservative, so I'm cheap, right? I'm cheap. And there's a few things that I have to have that are name brand. One is Dawn. The other is my Dane and Downy. There's not a whole lot of name brand stuff that I have to have, but there are a few exceptions to that rule. There are a few exceptions to that rule. Hey, car guy, how's the lawn? Well, I got the battery taken out. I took the battery down. Battery was dead, and I'm like, yes. Then I got it back here, and I put it on. Turned it over, click, click, click. It is the starter. So.
Oh, I need that click, click, click.
We're going to be repairman Betty soon. We're going to be repairman Betty
sure
soon.
you are.
Man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man. Click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
I got the starter, I've had the starter. I just didn't want to replace the starter. I was hoping it was the battery, which I'm glad I didn't replace the starter. Well, I should have replaced the starter, but then I would have been disappointed and thought the old starter was still good. But now that I know the battery and the starter's bad. And I did you know, they make a YouTube
Samantha
for that,
told Chick Noodle it was none of her business about the dog.
I know exactly how to take the starter. And it's very simple. It's right there. You can't miss it. And I had my neighbor bring me over a 7/16 thin
She
7/16
hashtag
cord.
Dr. Phil and Dr. Phil's show.
I can't mix his with mine.
Dr. Phil!
Crap. I don't know what I did.
Directly off.
Shit. Hopefully I put it over there with my other stuff. All I know is I need to give it back to him. That's his tool. But I didn't have it. Like, I was watching it, and they said, you got to keep this bolt here, otherwise the wires will turn in there. And I really don't care for the old one, because obviously it's not working. But I still don't want to damage the new one. So, it is what it is. We're still on the drum beat of Clear Seth Rogers. Still on the drum beat of Clear Seth Rogers. So, we want to make sure that everybody knows Seth Rogers is the only person that's seen on video. The only person seen on video. The only person that has publicly produced a polygraph and polygraph results not from their mouth, but from an actual FBI trained administrator that says that he passed with flying colors. And so we don't understand why. We don't understand why he is still on the hook.
I got it.
And why they're preventing him from bringing the Cold Case Foundation in, but they are. Or why, in the alternative, if law enforcement knows that what he wants is to bring in law enforcement or this resource, the Cold Case Foundation, why don't they just preemptively ask them to come in?
Turn it over, click,
you know
click,
what I'm saying? And it'd be like, you know, Seth, we can't clear you because of the details of this case, but what we can do to give you a little peace of mind is we'll request the Cold Case Foundation to come in so you can have some peace of mind.
Fuck. The Cold Case Foundation, dude. The guy who runs the Cold Case Foundation was just on Vinnie Politan last week. Why do you choose to ignore this? I would love her to address that Chris McDonough said on Vinnie Politan, maybe investigators are thinking that the bio dad paid someone to take the kid. And then she thinks that he's going to come to Seth's rescue?
You know, like a middle of the road approach, which just doesn't seem like it happens. The middle of the road approach. It's like it's their way or the highway. And it's like this man is, you know what? I wish some of these officers or the detectives or whoever's running this case would put themselves in this man's shoes. I really wish that they would put him in this man's shoes.
Oh my God, she is manic because she's shoveling that shit in, dude. She is upset about something.
You know, where is the empathy for the father of this boy?
Woo!
You know?
Cricket. Middle of the road.
That's what I don't understand. Maybe somebody can
Is
clear
the
it up. Does anybody have a clue?
cul-de-sac.
What would your reasons be why they're not clearing Seth, and why they're not at least honoring his wishes? What people are being mean? If anybody's being mean, if I have mods in here, kick them out. It's a privilege to be in here. It's not
Bullhorn,
right.
have you taken the pup to the
You
vet?
can't handle your own stuff. You don't like me. You don't
It's
like my content.
Privilege
it's your choice
to be
walk.
here, not a
You can
right.
just move on. You can literally just change the channel and never have to see my
She
face
has
again.
no mods.
It's just that simple.
Rosebud said, I think you're being streamed.
Well, this one I did a little bit differently.
You think?
Usually I have a little beef broth, but Olivia turned me onto this.
I think you're being streamed. It's a privilege, not
This
a
stuff
right.
right here. Better than bouillon. I love this stuff. This stuff, I got this one made it roasted beef, right? This has, it's very delicious. It's a great, it's great. And I didn't put as much liquid in this, so it's a little more robust.
But the patties were pretty thick, and like I said, I'm just using that rock salt, so I'm just now adjusting to the
rock salt
saltiness of the rock salt as opposed to the iodized salt. You know, they have different flavors, and they season meat differently. So I wanted a more robust flavor in case I didn't season the meat well.
Mike Stevens, I don't see him.
Perhaps not to alert the public to others' involvement. Imagine if Seff found out, he'd be mad. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but that's why it's so important. Like the Cold Case Foundation, those are officers, so they know how to, you know, they know how to keep things confidential.
Confidential.
But I don't think Seff wants the stuff that goes to the integrity of the case. I don't think he wants that, right? I think
rock salt is for your like water softener.
I honestly think he just wants to know, are they moving? Are they at a standstill? Is his son's case closed? Or do they have something? You know? Anything. Just he doesn't want to know what the something is, right? I think at the end of the day, he just wants to know if they're further along than they were. Do they have anything more than they had on February 26th? I don't think it's an unreasonable request. They must still think he may have done something. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that at all. So, I think we have problems.
TV dinner.
Hold on. I will be back quicker on this one. Just give me a minute.
Epsom salt. Oh no, she's got another call. Chick Noodle said, "Can you please chew with your mouth closed?" She got another call. Who keeps calling her? Hey, Davis fam. I'm dying. Where'd she go? All right, let's go back to the earlier live.
Law enforcement told us to stay home, but oh, by the way, we can go out and enjoy a nice dinner. And they enjoyed a nice dinner while strangers were looking for their child.
I told you I'd be back this time. I know I left you waiting for this child.
She's back.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean for it to take so long.
What?
So, let's see what's going on here. All right, you can get out. You can get gone. Wait another 5 days or go make another troll account.
She's talking to Chick Noodle.
Here, let me help you.
She called her. Oh my God, she's so disgusting.
If you don't like watching.
Okay.
If you don't like watching it, change the channel. Be an adult. I'm sorry. You want some potatoes? Let me give her a little bit of potatoes. I think she didn't eat potatoes. They don't have any onion on them. Give me just a second. Let me get her a little something.
She's about to snap.
All right.
Oh, she's buffering again. She's about to snap. Someone's calling her again.
Okay.
Oh, those legs.
Okay.
Chick Noodle. She is manic eating, stress eating. She's getting more. Oh, he got in trouble for using that song. Get ready.
All right, come on.
I'm coming. He got a copyright. He won't be using that anymore. I love that song too. I thought it was like, it pumped up the crowd, you know. Betty has 2 hearings, 9/9 and 9/10.
A 2-pot meal still takes up, like I still got dishes that have mixing and all this other stuff. Oh well. Let's see if she likes my cooking. And I gotta imagine dogs like anything but dog food. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat, like I've always wanted, it sounds crazy, but it's not.
Are we like off? Let me refresh.
Do a piece of dog food just to see what they're feeding my dog. You know, if it doesn't taste good.
She's like all fucking lagging.
I want to know what she's tasting. Like if it's something that I'll.
What is
you know
going
what I'm saying? It just seems like yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had a call. I had to take it, and it took longer than I expected to get through the conversation and what have you. So there is that.
Betty, are you okay?
I'm not sure what's going on
Are you
here.
okay, Betty?
Denise, why are you voting for her? Yeah,
Betty, are you okay?
Listen, we're not getting into
Are you okay,
politics
Betty?
here. I will tell you.
Thank you,
Occasionally
Dawn.
we'll have political talk. I'm a conservative. You know, I believe everybody has a right to vote for who they want to, and whether I agree with it or not. You know, that's America, right? That's America. We don't have to agree. We're not here for who we vote for. Everybody knows who I'm voting for. But we are here for the kids. We are here for the kids and the other victims. I do think Tennessee has big issues. To me, that's an understatement.
Oh, someone's at her door. Oh, someone's at her door, y'all. Who's there?
Hold on, guys. Hey, you want to come tomorrow and mow my yard?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to come tomorrow and mow my yard?
Do you? 'Cause I got to change out the starter on it tomorrow sometime. I put a new battery on it today. It didn't crank up. I got to put a starter on it tomorrow to see if that fixes. But you're more than welcome to go back there and look.
Where is it?
It's locked in the barn, and I'm on a live right now, so
Okay.
I'll show it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?
She said she was going to fix it.
Look at it, but it looks like the damn thing's locked. I'm not
Well, it's got a little thing, but yeah, it's locked.
care.
So
I'm not-
I got you. No worries.
You
Yeah.
got it, probably good aim.
I'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Whoa.
You guys are gonna laugh at me. You guys are gonna laugh at me so hard. That was my lawn man that did the mohawk in the back of the yard. But since I couldn't get the lawnmower cranked and I'm not doing it like that, hurt. Look at that. I still have the freaking blister.
Because you
from
pick at it because
mowing
you're
my
manic.
freaking yard. Even on that middle finger. Look at that. I'm not doing that again. Okay, I'm not doing it again. So he's going to probably give me another mohawk in the backyard. But at this point, I don't care as long as this yard is mowed. I did mow, I already mowed it, but then I went to Tennessee.
So embarrassed for her. Look how red she is.
After I got,
She's got caught in a lie.
After I got back from Tennessee,
she told her viewers that she was going to fix it, Betty. Remember? She's going to fix it.
The yard was obviously rained. You know, it's been rained. All 4 of my shepherds are now looking for. Yeah, she doesn't bark unless the doorbell is rang. She doesn't unless I tap my feet or I try to get, because I know how to make her bark, right? So I'll do things to trigger her, but she doesn't bark on her own unless I'm teasing her. But there's something about the doorbell. When the doorbell rings, she goes absolutely nuts. And she's sitting there and she's like, "Ruff, ruff, ruff." Well, you guys heard her more than me.
Oh, she is
cute.
in
She's my
some
little
kind
guard
of way.
dog, right? She's my little guard dog. She's got the cutest little bark, doesn't she? All right. Well,
I think that doorbell scared her.
the votes are in. She likes Mama's cooking. She's eating the potatoes now. She started off with the burger first. Who knew, right? Watch out, mailman. I know. Late night, no dog. No dog is not donating 25. Oh, wrong guy. Okay. I thought I saw a repost from Dog the Bounty Hunters post, but again, I'm thankful for anybody increasing the reward, but I just think that all the advertisement for it needs to direct the leads to the FBI. I would never, as a journalist, put together a email or a phone call or a phone number for people to call leads into me, because you guys know I don't mind collecting information. I don't mind doing stories and taking a deep dive into these cases and into the people and, you know, stuff like that, doing investigative work. But I do have a problem with someone eliciting leads that need to go to law
like
enforcement.
Seff?
You know, typically what we talk about is stuff that's already posted online, you know, some other stuff, things that people hear. You know, we got some people on the ground level there. So we've got a lot going on. And it's, to me, we
Dog
just need to keep
retweeted
it
a tweet.
on Sebastian
He's not
and getting
involved
leads,
yet.
legitimate leads to law enforcement, so it can aid in finding Sebastian and bring the people that if he had help disappearing, if he's disappeared unwillingly, or if he was met with foul play inside or outside of that home. We need to find information that's going to lead to his whereabouts. And right now, I believe it is the Bridges. I truly believe
I'll check into it, Weeping.
Bridges. So, guys, I did find out earlier today, we are going to have, it sounds like court is not going to be on the 9th. It's going to be on the 10th. I just got an email or a text, and just popped up. And so it looks like it's going to be on the 10th. So I'm hoping that we can get as much media in that courtroom as possible. That would be really, really good. This is going to probably be the first time that we're going to see the entire family. You know, the mom, stepfather, grandparents, step-grandparents, Seff. Seff will be there. I've confirmed that Seff will be going to that court hearing on the 10th. So
Seff is going to be there, guys.
It's definitely going to be a big deal, in my opinion. It's going to be the first time that anybody has seen this entire family together for 6 months. And I'm hoping that that'll be enough to get some of these, you know, cameras and journalists out there to that hearing on September 10th.
Chick noodle.
So, hey, True Psychic. It's good to see you. I hope everybody's doing great.
True Psychic.
Oh, Lady Lacey, thank you so much. It's nice to see you. So, if you guys are out in the Tennessee area, you might want to come by, too. I know that, we have some people from the area that are on here, YouTubers and stuff like that. They may want to come out. We know that there was a... Megan Fox just did a report on all of this. So it's just it smells wrong to me, and I know for a fact I've not committed a crime. So I'm interested in seeing how this all works out, because at the end of the day, I've got violations of court orders without any due process. But we'll see how it all works out. So I don't have a magic ball. We're in a different state, in a different county. I live in Florida, right? I follow Florida law when I'm here. I only been in that community for 4 days. And, so I followed the law while I was there, when I was there. And I follow the law here in the state of Florida when I'm here.
We went over that last night. No, you don't.
How they... we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Why are people such idiots?
We've definitely got a lot of things going on. Obviously, it does kind of feel like I'm being singled out by the law enforcement there. And we'll just have to see how it all goes.
Singled out? No, you're just the only one acting like a fool.
They apply to everybody else to me, They don't have to like me. They don't even have to like what I say. But they do have to follow the law, just like I have to follow the law. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like what they're saying, right? But it doesn't give me a right to violate the law. And it doesn't give them the right to violate the law, in my opinion. So we'll see how this all works out. But I'm pretty sure that we should have a much more successful day on Tuesday. I guess I'm going to be having my first appearance and my arraignment and a full-fledged trial. It's going to be probably an all-dayer. You know, that's all I got to say.
Oh,
It'll
she
probably
thinks this
be
is funny,
one of those
huh?
things that are all day, you know?
Arraignment,
but I'm hoping
too?
by the end of this, they'll
Not
be
good.
forced to drop all the charges against me.
Forced.
Like, there's some
Not
problems
gonna happen.
there. But we'll see. You know,
Not
my
gonna
life
happen.
and the things that I go through are publicized on my channel.
Not gonna
I don't
happen.
see that changing anytime soon. I don't see my opinions and criticism changing anytime soon. I really don't. We as a public, in my opinion, have a right to say whatever we want. We're not in a movie theater screaming fire. We're on a YouTube channel that people have a choice to watch or not watch, right?
Wow.
Why they watch it if they don't like me is pretty, I don't know, it's pretty unhinged.
You're
Personally
unhinged.
speaking. It's pretty unhinged.
That's why people
So-
watch it, because you're unhinged.
I don't know, I guess people don't have anything to do with their time.
Oh,
but
she is.
I'm not
She's not having a
complaining,
good
I'm
day.
viewer. That means when
Hey,
we have problems, if I have a problem,
jammers.
you don't hear me complaining about it unless I find a solution.
Whoa, this is really getting scary. Jammers is here.
I'm sexy and I know
If I was there, I'd go to jail 100%. I don't play well with demons like them. You know, I didn't even bother them. I didn't even bother them. So we'll see how it all goes down. You know, I don't want to talk about my case. I don't want to jinx anything going on Tuesday. I just promised you guys, if I knew when I was going to be going to court, when my attorney told me to bring my butt back to Tennessee, was when I was going to bring my butt back to Tennessee. We'll see how it all works out. I have a funny feeling.
Lisa, good point.
It's going to bode in my favor. Just saying. I really think it's going to bode in my favor. We'll see. But, you know,
Everybody
is
read
one of
Lisa's
these
comment.
nail biters, right? We've got a department that, I don't know. We'll leave it at that. Tuesday's coming here before we know it, and once Tuesday's done and over with, we'll have a deeper dive and a deeper discussion into this particular case and into this particular matter and see where we go from there. But getting back to Sebastian Rogers and the situation that we're in with Sebastian Rogers' case, where this boy allegedly fell asleep in his own bed, and when his mother awoke, he was gone, but he was never a runner. Nobody heard a door open. Nobody saw a door open. No cameras picked him up. Weird phenomenon inside the house with the lights. Weird phenomenon outside the house with the lights. Weird phenomenon with the dog, the search dog that jumped into the retaining pond with no...
Tuesday's gone with the wind.
No understanding of why.
Betty.
I mean, we've got a lot of stuff here. We've got constant interviews that are contradicting each other's inside the interview. For example, in Smiley's world, you know, Katie on one hand was saying, you know, yeah, we talk all the time. You know, I usually put the phone down while we're eating supper so we can all have a family dinner together. And I just put it on speaker and we just communicate at dinner. And then literally the next paragraph, she's like, no, I really do it at night, you know, after dinner and everything's done and Sebastian is relaxed, you know, we stay on it's like you can almost see her brain running a mile a minute to find
we can see yours.
Questions.
No, we can see yours
her
doing
brain
that
is
though.
working so overtime that she's not even realizing she's saying one statement in this sentence and another statement in this sentence. Are those misspeaks?
Wrong.
Or are those flat out lies?
She hasn't changed
You
her
know,
story.
we have to ask. We don't know. I'm not Katie. I don't know her. I know nothing about.
Look at this. Kim in her chat says, lock up Katie Proudfoot. Oh, there's Mike Stevens. Says lock up Katie. They're saying lock up Katie Proudfoot in her chat. How does chat apply when you have an RO and you're live streaming and you're talking about the family that has an RO against you, and you have comments like that that are up for the for the public to view on your channel? Her channel is going to be gone, guys. Gone. I'm telling you, gone.
About her, but everything that I have seen, doing the due diligence, building the family tree, doing things like that from public records. That's all we got is public records. We don't really have any additional insight unless a family friend or somebody else sends us information or posts it on social media. We have nothing. I can tell you what we did find out is that the mom has had a very rough childhood. And there is no possibility in my mind that there is not some psychological, damage because of that. I can't imagine, but I know I've dealt with.
I think they deleted it.
Learning about
no, there it is. Kim
children
G.
that go through the types of traumas that she has gone through, and I can tell you it took years and of recovery just to be able to function, and then. They still had lifelong scars that would cause them problems throughout their life. So, is that what we're dealing with here? We have to ask the questions. We know something bad happened.
Vetta Pierce is in here calling Katie a violent drunk and saying Katie's mother was a monster and that Katie never learned how to be a mother. Oh, man.
Going to the clinker, the big house.
It's widely known at this point. Somebody had done the work themselves and posted it on social media. And then just like everybody else, we just ran with the story. It sounds like some of the people being the stepfather or this and that, they were mislabeled. But for the most part, those things did happen. It's just whether they were a stepfather or an aunt and uncle, those types of things were incorrect in the reporting of those.
I don't know if chat can be used.
All the people that come to this channel to hate watch, press a laugh reaction. You are God's biggest. Oh, good gracious, good gracious. Have you guys called? I mean, we probably need to, make sure that.
Sweet misery. Mike trolls them. LOL. Love it.
Maybe if people are out in the Tennessee, let's do some free Betty signs. Post them up around the community or something like that.
Free Betty signs?
Because I got to tell you, this is a nerve-wracking process, but at the end of the day, my life is truly
I'll write it and we'll do
on
it live.
this, computer
Fucking thing
and phone. When I'm home, we talk several times a day. When I'm out in the field, we investigate and come live and do searches and do a lot of good things. I truly believe that whatever happened between me and what's going on in some is because of, I think they were trolled.
And you know what? If she sends me another fake cease and desist, I'm going to definitely consider that to be harassment, considering everything that she's done, said about me, my husband, my children, whatever she's said, I've got it all.
They just think I am like the devil. They don't understand who I am or what I do, So maybe
she's misunderstood now.
Nice, Whether she's people love or hate you, you need the news and people taking, not hiding. The inconsistencies are continual. Yeah, I think that's the reason why they stopped. You didn't finish your potatoes. Come here.
The dog don't even eat her cooking. What? No dog turns down mashed potatoes.
On me, but you don't pick you up. I'm not.
But her dog won't even eat her mashed potatoes. Poor baby.
I know, but you got potatoes still.
Crime Time Buzz sent me a cease and desist. Yeah, so Betty did, but no name was attached. No legal name.
Well, I don't understand what you want.
Such a Betty move.
You want in mommy's lap? Come on, guys. Give me just a second.
We went over Crime Time Buzz a little bit earlier. I'll chapter all this when we're done.
What are you doing? Then I'm not picking you up. Oh my gosh. I think she wants me to play. She's running around in a circle.
She's running
looks
from
like she
you.
wants to come up because she always paws at me when she wants up. So I put my arm down like I always do to see if she puts her paws on my arm, then I know she wants to be picked up. I'm not playing with. No, you're not going to bite me. I'm on a live. You want up or no? You want up? I'll get you up if you want up.
Yeah, I got an email cease and desist saying cease and desist. But we're not releasing our name. You can't do that. That's not even a legal thing.
We'll get through this live, and then I'll play with her
Beddy
until her
move.
heart is content. But at least I know the yard's getting mowed tomorrow. Really?
What's that, Jean? What do you mean? It's a distraction.
I just asked you, do you want up? Do you want up or no? Come on. Quit looking at your plate. I'm not giving you any more burger. You've got a tiny little tummy. All right, she's being difficult.
445 watching now.
People don't understand. I got to be on the she's got to be settled down because it does kind of cause some distractions because she does get a little.
Oh, I got you. It distracts me from going after them.
Ow.
Gotcha.
Ow! Anyways, let me read this. I'm just going to have to... Guys, I'm going to have to ignore. You're going to have to ignore. People shouldn't be here looking for malice. Exactly. We're here talking about a kid. I don't care whether they like my commentary or not. At the
Poor
end of the day, I
baby.
have my opinions and I'm entitled to them.
He's crying.
And people aren't entitled to watch, right? They have the choice to watch. They don't
You are
have
POS,
to watch.
buddy.
They
POS.
can literally move on. But in this day and age, we've got a lot of mental illness that is unchecked and unprescribed. She's just going to keep going. She's going to keep going. I'm trying here.
Oh, my God.
Would you like up?
Dude, she is mean.
Oh.
She has a mean
You don't have to bite
soul.
me. I'm not here. Let me pick.
She backhands men. What does she do to that poor puppy?
What are you doing? She is running around the house. All right, guys. I don't think she's going to let me work. I
scared
think
of
this is
you.
going to have to be the end of our show because she wants to play. I don't know what
Look
got
how
into her.
embarrassed she is.
we were
She's bright
playing
red.
earlier,
Embarrassed.
But she did go to her bed and take a nap while I was cooking.
She's embarrassed.
She did give me peace while I was cooking. Just here. You want some potatoes? Here. You don't like potato?
This is
All right,
this is horrible.
You want a carrot? Oh, now she's eating it. Maybe she didn't know what it was.
Maybe she has to go to
I
the
don't know.
bathroom.
She just keeps whining. Sorry, guys. I got distracted. Wonder how many of the people who come here to spread hate have done one darn thing to help find Sebastian. They don't care about Sebastian. They don't care about Sebastian. I truly believe that Sumner County was trolled. I really do. I believe they were trolled. They allowed a bunch of haters to get in their mind and poison their mind, and they just got a one-track mind. And now they think they know who I am and what I do, and they don't. That's what I truly think happened. And one of the reasons why I always try to reach out to law enforcement when I go into town, which we did. I mean, we went through the mayor's office, the planning commission. We did everything above board there. I wasn't going to talk to anybody. I wasn't going to bother anybody. I didn't even want to notify anybody that I was even in town because I shouldn't have to. I should be able to do my job, drive on the roads and get in and get out like I have always done. I am a Florida resident.
Yeah, she got bit.
I live predominantly in Florida. So these areas I only go into for content and videotaping purposes or to cover a story. Otherwise, I would not be there, right? I can do everything else right from the comfort of my own home. I would not be there. So I've got some problems here, and we'll hopefully...
You sure do.
We'll go into court. See what the judge has to say.
You have some problems
Again,
here.
that's September 10th. Please reach out if you're in the local area of Hendersonville or Nashville. Please reach out to your local investigative reporter and let them know about this case.
If she hits her spouse, I would guarantee you she does.
The first time, let me repeat that. The first time you're going to see this entire family inside a courtroom. They have not seen each other or been together in 6 months.
Oh, she's really setting
So
stuff
I'm very
up.
interested to see how the body language between these individuals is going to look like. I think everybody has a vested interest in this case should be.
She wants to make this a circus. So what she's doing right now is baiting everyone that Seth is going to be there face to face with Katie and Chris. And she's making this a circus. She's asking anyone invested in this case to show up. She's baiting with the body language and the dynamics between the two parents. She is literally using their custody battle to draw in the masses. This is dangerous. Dangerous. She's wanting like mass confusion at this hearing.
Be present at that court hearing on September 10th. I don't know what time it is. I just know I gotta be there. I don't know what time it is. Hopefully I'm not late. But if I am late, hopefully I'm fashionably late. We'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. You've got receipts and witnesses to your lie. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You would think that it would be...
Look at this idiot, Mike Stevens. Mike Stevens. People died on 9/11 for freedom. No, people died on 9/11 because of a terrorist attack, right? Right.
That it would not be like this in America.
Why are people such
But
idiots?
The freedom of the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, the freedom to peacefully assemble, the freedom of press, these are literally the number one amendment to the Constitution. The first one. The very first one. It's not 5th, it's not 6th, it's not 10th, it's not 14th. It's the very first one. And it is amazing to me that people in this country that love and want their voice don't mind trying to silence a critic, trying to shut something down because they don't like the commentary. You don't have to like it, just like I don't have to like your commentary. But you know the difference between me and them is I change the channel. I don't watch it.
Yeah, you do.
If I don't like somebody's commentary, I'm not going to be over there hanging on every word to hear what they have to say because I don't care.
Yeah, you are. That's why you're so mad. You wouldn't have anything to bitch about if you didn't watch. You're a liar.
Perhaps I need to come for the 10th to show support. Oh, well, I appreciate it. Well, you know, this is a huge national case. And the parents, in my opinion, well, not my opinion, as a matter of fact, the parents lied. The parents lied. And I'm still upset that the county knows they lied, knows that this is all fraudulent and all not above board.
Take your dog out.
And still allow it to go on. That is the most concerning for me. Betty, is it September 9th?
Creek
10th?
Town,
No,
dude.
it's just September 10th.
She's taking this to the Supreme Court. What she said.
I will be rooting for you on the 10th.
$4.85.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. This boy
$4.85
needs
in
to be
there.
found. $50,000 reward.
You guys are
we need to be
awesome.
getting into those woods. We need to be getting in under the bridges. We need to start having some searches. We need to. Terry Lynn's having one on September 14th. I don't know if I'll be around for that because it's a long. To be honest with you, when I get out of that community, I'm coming straight back to Florida. I don't know if I'm going to go back to that community in. I will do everything right from Florida.
She's so scared.
Right from Florida, right? Because I don't trust that county. Sorry. I know that, Tony wants me to quit saying it. I know a lot of people want me to quit. I don't care. I do not trust that county. That
Tony
county
wants me to quit saying it.
It's awful. So when
Tony
I get out of there, I don't know if I'm going to make it back. I'm going to come back for
Tony said
the gathering of voices that we're going to be having every 2 months.
I am here to help
But
you.
that's going to be with, I will never be alone. I will never be alone. I'll always have 3 or 4 people around me at any given time. I will never be alone again. I will make sure that we have witnesses and recordings and tapes on everything. I'm sorry, but it just seems really rotten and dirty there. I don't know what to tell you. They can be upset with me, whatever, but I have opinions. And the way I've been treated is disgusting.
Karen said, "I heard Court TV
and
will
I
be
hope
there."
that I'm very successful on the 10th.
I heard Court TV
but we'll see.
Be there, she says.
I have body cams.
Let's
but
see.
I didn't have them
Cooter.
charged up when I was there, so I was just running live on my phone.
Body cam Cooter.
Phones, and so I usually always have a phone going, in addition to one of the phones not going, so I can use it to call and text and get some intel.
Gathering
and get some
of voices.
information. So, I think that's
Tony
about
said,
it. I think that's about it. But I would continue. I if you guys support me, continue letting your voice be heard and letting your voice be known. And we'll get this resolved on Tuesday. And I want to figure out how we work from here. We need to.
Dude, it's your arraignment. It's not going to be resolved. Resolved?
This out. So I've got a lot of eyes watching, right? It sounds like
yeah, her bond will be on Tony's next fucking bankruptcy.
Megan Fox is a First Amendment gal, and she's going to be watching. We're hoping to have some
First
more national
Amendment
news
gal.
in the room, but again, I don't know. I'm kind of about everybody's blessing. Don't forget to reach out to the newsroom at Court TV as well as News Nation and tell them that this is going to be a very important hearing. This is going to be the hearing that all of the parents of Sebastian Rogers will be in one courtroom at the same time, something that has not happened.
You know who's going to be there? Nick Barris. Nick Barris will be there, Bets. Nick Barris.
In 6 months. And I believe that that'll be enough to get them over the edge and into that courtroom. We want as many cameras in that courtroom as humanly possible. I would prefer to have Court TV there, as well as News Nation. They're my go-to people watching and getting information. And hopefully they'll be a go-to for Bullhorn Betty, right? We'll see. But, it's go big or go home. It's go big or go home at this point. And, we have almost as many.
Sky News is going to be there, I
almost as many
heard.
subscribers as they have residents in their community. Just saying, with all my platforms, we basically got
with all my platforms. Yeah, include Crime Time Buzz and whatever other channels you have waiting in the wings for when this one's gone. We all know you too well. Your horrible personality, attitude, tone of voice, the way you speak to people, the stance you take on things is so transparent, you'll never get by with it. So you may as well just make a home over on Rumble or something. Yeah, we watched it earlier, Rhonda. I raked her over the coals earlier.
Hendersonville as audience. We have the size of Hendersonville that tunes into Bullhorn Betty on a daily basis, just about. In all my 97 years, never heard of it.
I would love that, Blue Sue.
There. Well, something's going on. I'm just saying. I've never been put in a position like this, but I'm going to make sure, that everybody, because, I know some people. I know some people very high up on the food chain. And I'm going to make sure that they know how I was treated in a conservative county.
She knows people high up on the food chain.
So I'll be working that.
She's talking about her friend that goes to the rallies that wears the Trump mask.
Angle on my free time.
Thank you, Rhonda.
But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you. I'm going to finish up my legal paperwork for the other trashy lady that I'm suing in Illinois. And hopefully we move somewhere in that case too. So I just filed another motion to dismiss the first amended counterclaims, and hopefully this one has enough teeth
okay, so she's talking about Queen Bee. Queen Bee's countersuing her, and she's blah 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 blah.
The rest of the case out on her side. So we'll see what's going on. But I got that filed today. I'm working on my third amended complaint against her now. And I think I'm going to be filing another document here in the near future to kind of see what the judge has to say about a couple of events that's recently happened. You know,
go take your dog out.
It's a good old boy system. You know, that's what I'm so sick of. I'm so sick of. It's a good old boy system. We do things different.
Tara Ann says, I hope Chris from the Cold Case Foundation comes to court.
Here, there's a law. You're not above the law.
Neither
Nobody's
are you.
above the law. If the people don't want to watch me or listen to my commentary, my First Amendment rights, change the flippin' channel. It's so simple. You don't have to be here. You don't have to listen. You don't have to comment. You don't have to do squat. Change the blessed channel. Nobody's forcing you to be here. There's nobody with a proverbial gun to your head saying, hey, you must watch Bullhorn Betty.
Whoa.
But you don't have the right to tell other people they can't. I'm just saying. I'm kind of stickler. I'm a constitutionalist. I fight for what's right for me. You know? I don't take away other people's rights. They're trying to take away mine. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Hey, Karchi.
So hopefully, guys, I trust you. I know that I've got some soldiers in here. So reach out to all of these news organizations, national news organizations.
Where they at?
This is going to be the one time all 5 people will be in the same area at the same time.
Seth is her soldier.
This is going to be a big deal. My case is a big deal. I can't wait for it to go away. But I need cameras, and I need lots and lots of cameras. I don't want my rights to be violated anymore. Okay? So do your thing. You guys do what you do. I don't know what you do. I don't care to know what you do. But you guys do your thing.
She's still whining.
And I love you. God bless. Are you going to let me pick you up, or you want to play?
Play with her.
You're being very difficult this afternoon. You know that, right?
Oh, my God.
She wants to say bye to you guys. Let me talk to her for a minute, okay? We're having a conversation. Baby. You want up? You want up? She does not want up. She refuses.
She's scared of you.
I think that's what she's begging me for. Some more burger. She won't let me pick her up. I don't know why. She's never done this before. She's never taken me for a
It's your vibes, dude.
There she is. There she is. Say hi, everybody.
She don't like you.
I love my mommy, but I'm driving her crazy this afternoon because I'm being I don't know what I'm being. I'm being a cutie pie, but being very difficult. I'm being very difficult. I think she just wanted some lovin's. Hey, Delilah. Hey. Oh, I just hit her leg on the table. I'm so sorry. She has the cutest thing. Look at that face, that little baby. That little baby.
So fake.
So, it's nice to it's me, Jen. It's nice to see you. Hugs and kisses. Hugs and kisses. So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for helping me make and have dinner. You know, it was nice. It was nice. Yes, I eat before, typically 4, because I usually go to bed early. You know, over the last, 6 or 7 months, my sleep's been all over the place, but we're going to start getting back in the swing of things. We're going to start getting up really early and start hitting the pavement and doing this stuff. We need to be, again, I have only received a couple bridges. I need more bridges. I need people to be looking at maps and trying to identify. I know we went through this before, but now we're having more of a strategic, because I had people sending me bridges all over the place, and I need to be able to map them so they make sense in a rotation, like, we'll go here, do this thing and then zigzag up to this, in order. And so what I'm looking for right now is we're looking for all the bridges, mostly desolate areas, or at least desolate areas in the evening time, nighttime, 6 to midnight to 6 or whatever it is. And we need to identify all of those outside of the 5 mile.
No, Megan Fox is not Megan Kelley from Fox. No, it's not. Megan Fox is some wannabe YouTuber who's tried multiple things. It's pouring down rain here right now. Can you guys hear that? ASMR. Some relaxation during Betty's rant. Let's pause for 15 seconds of relaxation.
Perimeter from ground zero. Ground zero is the home that he disappeared from. And if we can identify those, we need to have, some of those are, might just be little creeks that aren't very deep, and those can be eliminated.
No, they're her step-grandkids.
Roadways, bridges that, like 4 lanes or more that have a lot of traffic on it. I'm not looking for those. Those are eliminated. So we can do through this process of elimination.
Can I get some umbrellas in chat?
A lot of bridges. If somebody would like to help out, let's look at all the bridges. We need to map all the bridges. We've already got a map of the bridges, I should say that. Now we just need to identify which bridges, but I don't want to do the whole entire Sumner County. I want to do it very strategic. So next is going to be 6 miles out, 7 miles out, 8 miles out, 9 miles out, 10 miles out. I'm not prepared to go 20 miles out yet. I'm not prepared for that. It almost seems a little too large of an area. I think statistically that might be too far, but we won't know until we process this stuff for the first 10 miles. 5 miles we don't have to worry about. Law enforcement has penetrated that area, so we're looking from 5 miles to 10 miles. And then once we're looking for all the bridges there, and then once those are resolved, then we'll look a little further. I think
quit scratching your dog so hard, you weirdo.
He's not around that area. I don't think he's around Hendersonville. Honestly, I think he's in Gallatin or White House.
Purple rain. I did, Noodles.
For a while, but I went out to Memphis and Mississippi just to get a lay of the land to find out if it was true, if it is true. You know, if I felt like he was out there, and I don't think he's in that area. I don't think
Creek Town, dude.
It's a possibility in my opinion.
Yeah, she's
I think
sped
anybody in
up.
Mississippi or Memphis is just wasting their time. The only thing I'm trying to do is find out if there was any activity that would lead to the whereabouts of Sebastian, if things were purchased, if certain people were seen in certain areas. You know, that's kind of where we're at. So anyways, guys, I hope you rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe. But more importantly, please be kind.
She's still picking her fucking hand. Did you see how she showed us she was picking her hand earlier? And she has a huge scar.
Is find out if there was any activity that would lead to the whereabouts of Sebastian, if things were purchased, if certain people were seen in certain areas. You know, that's kind of where we're at. So anyways, guys, I hope you rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe. But more importantly, please be kind to one another. God bless. Oh, and who gave, I just realized we had some, I think I did this earlier, forgot to thank whoever I saw. There was $5 from there. So I just want to thank Jeff H. Thank you. Vita is officially part of this crazy crew we call the Coffee Club. And Lady Lacey, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you and all you guys do. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.
She done. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Should we finish this one?
Go and eat barbecue and have a nice leisurely day. And then when people
Again,
complain,
this was earlier where she's complaining about the abuse at the jail, etc., etc. I don't know how much more I can handle
about it, they decide to run away, get in their camper, and flee to another state. It is unimaginable to me how people can literally trash an innocent father and make him attempt to make this man look guilty when it doesn't matter. He's clearly on a video at work during the time this child disappeared.
Clearly on a
Law
video?
enforcement was called to the Proudfoot home before Seth even left work. So he was literally there the entire time. His excuse is not I was sleeping. His excuse not only was I was working, but I'm on videotapes the entire.
I'm actually surprised to see Jeff H. in there. You change your name from Chick Noodle to Noodles Mama and still can't comment? Huh.
Time. So why isn't law enforcement clearing this man so he can get resources? Because they're refusing to speak to him even about minute things such as, are you further along today than you were on February 26th? Doesn't go through the integrity of the investigation. He also asked, is there anybody from the other side of the family that works for his department? Won't tell anybody anything. It is.
Now, mind you, this was 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago. And we just got done watching her now. How do you change that quick?
Fishy as hell. And we have a right to question it without being thrown in jail. Just saying. What you doing? Hi, pretty girl. Hi. What you doing? Come here. Come here. Oh, there she is. There she is. Oh, the pretty baby. Oh, the pretty baby. She's a crime fighter. I gotta say, I think she's better than Bullhorn Betty, but don't tell Bullhorn Betty, okay? She might get jelly.
Yeah, this is weird.
I think she would be a good interrogator. Look at her. Look at those eyes. I think she'd be a good interrogator. You need to tell me what happened. Tell us where Sebastian Rogers is. We know you know something. If anybody doesn't know, this is my beautiful baby girl. It's a girl. Her name's Delilah. Her and I spend a lot of time together. She's just a lover. She's just a lover. She's got the cutest stinking face in the whole world. My mom, she looks bigger online than she does in real life. And she's getting bigger than she was. But I remember the first time my mom, Mama Bullhorn, came over here to meet her fur grandbaby, right? She saw her. She comes in the house and she looks like, oh, she's so tiny. And I said, yes, she is. She's very tiny. She goes, she looks so much bigger online. She is starting to get long. She's starting to get big. She's my baby. She's my baby. She's my baby. She just chills.
This is scary.
This is when she's like this, it's not too bad. But usually when we're in here, she doesn't want to settle down, you know. But she's I'm trying to stay out here a little more so she can get used to it, because if I can get her used to it out here, then I can get her used to it in the office. And I'd like to get back in the office without her chewing on everything. You got to understand, I've got a lot of cords in there. I've got a lot of paperwork in there. You know, I keep the door closed as I'm, you know, getting her raised up a little bit, you know, and then she'll, she's a cutie pie, and then we'll be fine. But I really need to start driving with her a little more. I'm gonna have to start getting out of the house and going around the block or something, because I gotta start getting her predisposed to driving, because she's gonna be my sidekick. I don't want to leave her at home. I don't want to have to leave her with my mom. Mom's calling me. It's like, you're gonna have to bring her over, you know. Gramsci's missing Delilah, right? Gramsci's missing Delilah. So she jumps at every opportunity, because her cat kind of sits there and mopes around the house, you know, doesn't really have, you know, a friend. And Delilah kind of, you know, she's a puppy, so she gets along by herself playing. And then if she's just too bored, you know, she'll come and start nibbling on me and basically telling me she wants to play, right? So then I got to get down on the floor and play with her and stuff like that. But when she goes over to my mom's house, she's got Binks. And this cat is huge, but this cat loves her. I don't know what it is. They were so concerned whether the cat was going to be mean to her or not. So they were really kind of, you know, the first time she stayed there, kind of biting her nails. But they had never seen that this cat plays with this dog. Absolutely loves it. They're like, this dog can like bite this cat in the face, and the cat's like, you know. But they play, and then the cat will just be on a chair, and Delilah won't be paying attention, and all of a sudden the cat just lunges off the chair, and they just look like Peter Griffin and the chicken, you know. They have fun together. They have fun, and she really enjoys herself. She really enjoys the cats. And then over at my best friend's house, she's got two very rambunctious dogs that she gets to play with. So she's tuckered out. I took her over there, and she played for like 2 hours. I didn't know what to expect, because she was just laying on my arms coming home. She wasn't whimpering like she always whimpers just the first few minutes in the car. She didn't whimper. She just fell down. And then when I brought her in the house, she like face planted. She was so exhausted from running for 2 solid hours that she literally face planted on the rug in the living room. And I'm like, are you okay? Petting her, and she just looked.
What? Sounds like when Seth said that Sebastian would crawl until he just fell asleep, face planted in the floor.
At me, I'm like, you're an exhausted little girl. So I pick her up. I didn't want her sleeping on the carpet, you know. So I pick her up and I put her in bed. And this little girl slept 3 solid hours, like during the day. Like she does not sleep like that. She'll take a cat nap, you know, a few minutes here, a few minutes there. But that's
welcome,
about it,
Rhonda,
you know?
to the Cooter
So
Club.
she likes animals. But she's just too much in their face, you know. I gotta try to, you know, let her play, but keep it.
Hey,
you know,
potato.
I'm not really having a good, you know, I'm not doing very well on that. If anybody has.
Kodo, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad.
Okay, thank you, Archangel. If anybody has any suggestions on how to train her not to be in the animal's face, I think that's just dog and cat stuff. I think that's just what they do. They sniff their face, they sniff their butts. I don't know, okay? I love the dog, I just don't know the dog, okay? I don't know Doggy. That's the only one with the solid. That's it, P.S. Seth's the one with the solid alibi, you know? And
she admitted that she grew up where her dogs and cats were kept outside. She knows nothing about caring for an animal. This is so sad.
And that's the only, you know, he deserves to be cleared. It's not that there's an if or a but or anything. It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter if this kid was abducted. It doesn't matter if this kid got out of the house and got kidnapped. You know, I mean, it does matter. I mean, what I'm trying to say, it doesn't matter, because he's cleared in all of it. So it really doesn't matter where this case really goes. Seth was not a part of it, other than being this boy's father. He needs to be cleared. In all fairness, I think he needs legal expertise himself, because he needs to start demanding why this house that his son was last seen at is not forensically tested. This is a major issue for me, because I'm sick of law enforcement standing in my face, arresting me for having an opinion, and telling me that there's no evidence of foul play, and then I hear on the next line, there's no forensic testing done or fingerprints done of inside the home. Well, if this boy was last seen inside this home, don't you think that would be a necessary step? You know? And I'm not sure, but probable cause in my world is the same from state to state. You need probable cause. The boy was last seen in his home. You have no evidence of him leaving. It needs to be searched forensically. Why? Because law enforcement makes mistakes when they search the house and toss the house. And you know what? Not only that, but some of the evidence why forensics are needed is because it's hidden from the naked eye. Is Sumner County too poor to have forensic testing done of this home? I mean, I'm serious. What do they need? You know, it would be nice if they just told us. What do they need for probable cause to go in this house? It was the last place this boy was. What more probable cause do you need? He's missing. He hasn't been seen. He never was seen leaving his home. We need to check the home. Pretty simple. It's not rocket science over here.
They were in that home a dozen times. A dozen times.
Would it help him to have an attorney to get some answers pertaining to Sebastian? You know,
never,
once this is
Purple,
over,
never.
I may start doing some fundraising
Unless
for that
it's
effort,
Tony.
because yes, I do believe he needs an attorney, an aggressive attorney.
I'm sure there was
that's going to keep, because again,
swung.
I'm not pleased with Sumner County. They're not following the law, I can tell you that. So now we understand why they didn't follow the directives of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Sleepy time.
You know, because they don't follow the rules or the laws. They think they live in a, you know, that they're the ruler of the roost, that laws don't apply to Sumner County. Probable cause, you know, that's it. That's it. Flip a coin to see if they want to do that. Maybe it has to do with voting. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Serenity. Ellie needs to stop taking parents' word that kids ran away. How many times have you seen parents hurt their kids?
Too.
A lot. Absolutely. But these people aren't out here in the real world. They're in Hendersonville, Tennessee. They're ostriches. They act like they think that we don't know what we're talking about.
They're
when we're looking at them, just shaking our head. I watched past crimes here in Australia, and they always went back to the house for missing children. Bingo. Everybody does. You know what? Do you know Madeline Soto's home? Remember, step parents said, hey, we took her to school. She ran away. Well, you know what? Our forensic teams were there within 12 hours. In Florida, that whole house was forensically tested within 24 hours. Why? Because Florida understands the importance. Florida understands how to follow the directive of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And guess what? It stated that the stepfather did something horrible to this girl and unalived her. Tennessee.
Yeah, that guy that you think is such a hottie. You sick individual.
Needs to get it together. I have been on a drumbeat for Tennessee since 2021 about their crap policing. The whole state needs better policing. They need more training, more resources. Instead of defunding Tennessee, we need to fund them and fund them a lot. Because I feel like they're in the ice ages when we're in today. KP was rocking back and forth like Soto's mother when interviewed. I think that has a lot to do with nerves. I really do. Nerves, whether you're innocent, nerves, whether you're guilty, nerves, you know, but for me, Katie was doing it just to do it. Jen Soto, I believe she was on some type of medication.
So she thinks Katie was sitting there crying, eyes red, face red, rocking. She was just doing it to do it. She did call Stephen a very, very good-looking man who she assumed would have quote-unquote arm candy instead of ugly Jen Soto.
That caused her the anxiety. So even though, you know, there's different things. I just get different things from things. I know people are going to believe what they want to believe. I'm not here to change their mind. But, you know, Jen Soto, I feel very bad for her. I feel like she was preyed upon and her daughter was preyed upon.
She feels bad for Jen Soto. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What the fuck? What am I watching? I heard her yesterday say Stephen Stearns was a very, very good-looking man. Now she feels sorry for Jen Soto?
Like, what the fuck is this? And everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
Do I feel she has some type of culpability? In part, negligence, but I don't believe it was her negligence. I believe it was her illness's negligence and the fact that she was on medication that just kept her foggy.
And she knows nothing about it, and she's just so quick to say, oh, she was foggy on medication. Listen to this part again. We'll slow her down a bit.
KP was rocking back and forth like Soto's mother when interviewed. I think that has a lot to do with nerves. I really do. Nerves, whether you're innocent, nerves, whether you're guilty, nerves, you know, but for me, Katie was doing it just to do it. Jen Soto, I believe she was on some type of medication that caused her the anxiety. So even though, you know, there's different things. I just get different things from things. I know people are going to believe what they want to believe. I'm not here to change their mind. But, you know, Jen Soto, I feel very bad for her. I feel like she was preyed upon and her daughter was preyed upon.
Oh.
Do I feel she has some type of culpability? In part, negligence, but I don't believe it was her negligence. I believe it was her illness's negligence and the fact that she was on medication that just kept her foggy. And I think when you're in a foggy state, you can be easily manipulated, and I believe that's what happened. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to paint step parents with broad brushes because of this one sicko. I think step parents are amazing. I think a lot of people have some really good step parents in their life. And, you know, some of the things that we're hearing appears to be shocking, but it's not that shocking to me. You know, a child has a nightmare, a step parent goes in there and cuddles up with them until they go to sleep. You know, innocent stuff. I don't want to take that away from good parents. This was a sicko.
Oh, my God. Lenore, her picking is why her face has those huge scars. Well, we went through her criminal record through court documents, and we read all of the arrest, the probable cause affidavits, and they noted that she had open sores. So I think it's a methed up problem.
This was a freaking deranged sicko that was a predator, you know?
But he was so hot, Betty.
Being from Sumner County, I can tell you foul things. My cousin was found hanging, so her mom and 5... So was her mom and 5 others. My cousin, only one survived. Jeez.
What?
Did they do it? It doesn't sound like they did it themselves.
What?
I'm sorry to hear that, Jackie.
Weird.
Well, I'm not too pleased with your police department, your sheriff's department. You know, I would honestly believe that this kind of conduct would come from a police department before a sheriff's department. I'm highly disappointed. But it gives me clarification. I think this is a huge PR nightmare. I really do. For Sumner County. I think this is a black eye for them. Because this paperwork is going to get out. You know? Well, like you arrested someone.
I thought they were dimples at first.
For hashtags and threatening to lawfully sue someone for lying under oath. That's what I was arrested for. Those are covered by First Amendment rights all day long, even with the court order.
No, you were arrested for violating an order of protection. What they did to me was wrong. And I hope people have to pay with their jobs. Because anything less is unacceptable. Betty's hoop earrings.
Anything less is unacceptable.
Betty's hoop earrings. You're getting flung and slung.
No. Who would you trust to do that? I wouldn't even trust my mom.
And slung on those earrings.
I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't even trust he didn't trust his mom. His mom's as much of a criminal, you know, in the minds of me as they are, you know? They all lied under oath. So they don't mind committing perjury. They don't mind looking at law enforcement or court and willfully and intentionally lying. So this is not looking good for that side of the family. Because we've got them dead to rights on lying under oath and lying to law enforcement and lying to a judge. Dead to rights. So do we think that they're really telling the truth about their missing child? Especially when they've been caught in this many lies publicly? And now it's going to be plastered all over the front pages of newspapers, social media, and national media?
I'm a picker. I'm a grinner.
This is just
I'm a lover,
so stupid.
And I'm
this
a
is so
sinner.
Stupid. But I tell you what, if they thumb their nose up at me, I'm talking about law enforcement and the courts, and don't even apologize to me for what I've been through.
Apologize!
That'll tell me the last I need to know about it.
It'll be a cold day in
hell. And then it's just balls to the walls from that point forward, you know? I have constitutional rights, and I'm going to use them.
Psychopathy.
I'm going to use them to get my own justice. Too bad. I'm going to be fighting for my justice as well as Sebastian's. It's sad. Shame on them. Shame on all of them. Shame on all of them. All right, guys, go make it a great day. It is your Tuesday, but technically your Monday because most of us were off yesterday. I wasn't off. I was working on court paperwork, as I always am when in my downtime and research. So we don't have much going on in the Sebastian Rogers case.
In my downtime and research? Wow.
Than law enforcement violating journalists' rights to cover the case and thinking that they have the authority to exonerate or delete the First Amendment for one person.
Exonerate the First Amendment. Exonerate or delete the First Amendment for one person. She's scattering, y'all. She's nervous. She's nervous.
Idiots. That's all I gotta say. Idiots. All right, guys, take care. God bless. I'll be back later today. And say bye. Say bye, Delilah.
Wait, let's listen to that again.
Violating journalists' rights to cover the case and thinking that they have the authority to exonerate or delete the First Amendment for one person. Idiots. That's all I gotta say. Idiots. All right, guys, take care. God bless. I'll be back later today. And say bye. Say bye, Delilah. Say bye, everybody. I'm gonna go fight crime with my mom. No, I'm not. I'm gonna watch her do a bunch of legal paperwork while she ignores me when I want to play because I like playing all day. I like playing all day. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Like I said, she's my BFF. Don't forget to give Delilah bunches of hugs and kisses. And on our wish list, I got her some cute little outfits. Just throwing that out there. Throwing that out there. We need her styling and profiling. Just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, guys, I love you. God bless.
Oh my God. I don't know if I'll ever heal from today's live. I don't know if I'll ever heal.
I was shocked, but immediately.
From today's live, to be honest with you. But I appreciate you guys all being here. Do you guys think she's nervous? Because I think she is nervous. I think she's nervous, and I think that she's going to do some time. You can't find your lighter. That is a problem. I know. I hope her and Tony are stopped as well, Mom of 3. I appreciate you guys. Noodles. Yeah, you have to make a new account. So, like, if you change your name on YouTube, it's still the same account. And in her blocked list, it'll just show your new name. She is shook up. I'm all shook up. Mm-hmm. Hey. Yeah, she's trying to convince herself she's going off the deep end. She's teetering.
The devil is dancing tonight.
All right, y'all. I'm going to go eat some lunch. I haven't eaten anything today. Yeah, she's very nervous. Spiraling. She's on a tilt-a-whirl. Wait, I've got one video to show you guys. Just for going out purposes. Before we end the stream.
Heidi Broussard.
Hold on. This is one of my favorite lines from Seth. Besides, I don't have Facebook, so I'm not on there. That's one of my favorites, but now this one is my favorite. Where's the tilt-a-whirl? He's on a tilt-a-whirl. That's Betty's on a tilt-a-whirl. They're all on tilt-a-whirls right now. Here it is.
And we agreed not to do a GoFundMe for finding Sebastian Rogers. And my sister asked if she could start a GoFundMe just for me to help pay my bills while I'm looking for Sebastian.
After Chris lost his cool, I couldn't stay there after Wednesday.
Lost his cool how? I never heard this.
The GoFundMe my sister set up to help me pay my bills while I look for my son. It was a GoFundMe that my sister set up for me to pay my bills.
About a Cash App, GoFundMe, etc. There is a GoFundMe, and I talked to him about the GoFundMe. And look, GoFundMes take 50%. So then I said, "Do you have a Cash App?" And he doesn't really manage that himself. He'll tell you that. He'll tell you that right now. But his friend is helping him with it. So
for my son, it wasn't set up as a reward. It wasn't set up as anything else. People want to know what happened to it. It was donated.
I haven't seen anything from it.
I use it to pay my bills. I use it to put gas in my truck so I could drive an hour and a half down there, an hour and a half back to pay my bills. I
can
use
you
it to put
share
gas in my
Mom
truck
and
so I
it
could drive
up?
an hour and a half down there, an hour and a half back. People.
Can you share Mom and it up? She's going live this afternoon.
If the GoFundMe had been put up for a reward, yes, it would have been used as a reward. And
okay, well, you can get it on your own then, and yeah, it's a walking billboard at least.
Yeah, there's actually on the Facebook page, there's a lady up here in Clarksville. I think she's charging like $25 for a shirt.
I know that they took your phone and they took Katie's phone for a long period of time. I know Chris got his phone back within a matter of hours.
Says agents are now going over security video provided by neighbors and some businesses in that area. They're also looking at data from the 15-year-old cell phone and video game system.
We've had all of his electronic devices that have been seized and dumped.
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm operating 2 phones right now.
No problem.
All right.
We're low key.
2 phones.
I got my phone that I use, and I have another
phone?
one that I use at home.
Okay, yeah, got you. Got you.
You know, the fact is I'm looking for my son. He's not here. Y'all took my electronics. What more do you want? I mean, do they need my bank records?
Because knowing him and his curiosity, he might be there. You don't leave any stone unturned.
Any knowledge whatsoever about your son's disappearance?
I don't. I found out over an hour after his mother found out he was gone. Foul play is still negativity. He's out there.
Do I have any
We just gotta
mods
find
here?
him. We haven't found him yet, so we
Thank
can't give
you,
up hope.
Olive.
We still have to keep looking for him until we find him. Where Sebastian's are.
Also, random vehicles coming through their street.
People have been coming in
Proudfoot's
almost
neighbor.
daily, and they've had to report them to the sheriff's department. They've come in, TikTokers that are nationally known, trying to get pictures of the family and so on, that they've been flying drones over houses.
If we get permission from families to go and search your properties or anything like that, we'll go out and we'll look. They said today that they were going to be searching in an area. You know, we took that into consideration and we avoided that area completely.
You met with the biological father and mother this past week. Is that at their request, your request? Is that just re-interviewing them again?
That was at the request of law enforcement. It's not uncommon to talk to the family in investigations like this.
It gives me hope that my son's case isn't going to become a cold case.
Seth says that Seth tells me the FBI offering a $50,000 reward is great, but wants more from local law enforcement.
I wish that there was agencies that were emotionally invested to do their job.
Seth has hired a private investigator to continue looking for his son.
I will not fail my son.
That $50,000 reward is enough for someone to come forward with information.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm on a tilt-a-whirl. It's a 15-year-old missing child. He's my son.
The Sumner County Sheriff's Office told Fox 17 News, quote, "No evidence at this time indicating criminal activity is involved," end quote. Seth tells me the FBI offering a $50,000 reward is great, but wants more from local law enforcement.
I wish that there was agencies that were emotionally invested to do their job.
Let me put it to you like this. If my kid was missing, this is the team I'd want on it.
I wish that there was agencies
Homeland,
that were
something
emotionally invested to do their job.
Seth says that
I don't know what's going on, and I'm on a tilt-a-whirl.
Caution there are some social media elements out there who purport to have information that is direct from the investigation. I just want to reiterate that that is not the case. Some of the information that is being provided on some of the social media channels is inaccurate, incomplete. We don't want this to damage the investigation, so we would just caution anyone who is following the case to just use some caution as to what you see and what you believe.
And I'm on a tilt-a-whirl.
Seth says he's on a tilt-a-whirl. Until next time, we are live tonight. I set it for 9 o'clock, but my schedule, it's 4:20, guys. Puff, puff, pass. I set it for 9 o'clock. My schedule's a little screwy, so I might push it a little bit later. I hate to say that, but I might, depending on, I probably will take a nap or something. I'm feeling like a YouTube junkie, but I'm telling you, I feel like something is going to happen soon. I feel like in the next couple weeks, we're going to have some movement here.
I'm on a tilt-a-whirl.
I don't know. There's a reason why he's on a tilt-a-whirl, and I think we need to keep paying attention. Aw, Spivey, thank you for your Cash App. That is so kind. Spivey, I know you are a tough one to please, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you. That really means a lot, because I know you're a tough one to please, and you should be. But yes, we will be live later tonight at some point. The event is up, though, so you can hit the notification. Hopefully no more cease and desist from me. For me, but we'll see. Take it as it comes. I love you guys. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.